All right. Cool. So you guys are sailing along. You're sailing very close to Nuri now. You can actually see it in the distance.
Oh,
I mean, it's quite far away, but from
do
what
I
you
see
can,
any snake ladies?
I mean, it's very far away. You
They
see
all look like
extreme.
little ants.
You see an extremely vague description of geography and nothing else. It is as follows. The island seems to be very heavy jungle. The like plant life goes all the way to the beach, and it's like super heavy, big giant trees, tangled vines. It looks kind of like a hot and humid sort of environment. So that's pretty much all you can see of Nuri from where
Sounds
you are.
like perfect environment for snake people.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. I was a snake lady, that's where I'd want to live.
Yeah, snake lady haven. All right, pass on by. We have no business here.
I'm not a snake man looking for a mate.
I don't enjoy long slithers on the beach.
So we're looking for that mushroom swamp, right?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, so you begin to approach Dimactus, and as promised, it looks like a big ass fucking mushroom forest. It's an island that's just covered in giant mushrooms. They look like, oh, fucking give me a sec. Man, I am on my game tonight. Let's see. Here we go. This is a good one. This'll do. They look kind of like that shit.
A lot of big mushrooms.
Yep, that's exactly what you see.
So, if I recall correctly, these mushrooms are not necessarily safe.
Yeah, what you were told was that they release spores into the air that are very, very bad to inhale, but that the spores don't really survive over open water. Like, the beaches are apparently safe because the spores are only really, like, lethal in the forest.
So, guys, I think what we should do is just sail around the perimeter of the island until we see something like that looks habitable, like a hut or something, some sort of building.
It might not be on the shore though.
I mean, can she live in the middle?
Maybe developed an immunity.
Maybe. We're not going into the middle regardless, so it's either that or we sail around open water, hoping we stumble upon some secret island.
You had a vision of this place, didn't you, Zeta? Maybe did you get a description of the area where you where you woke up from?
It was like, I think it was towards on shore, like on a beach.
So if we wanted to follow that, we could. Stick to Valen's beach idea.
All right, you guys sail around the coast.
Mm-hmm.
My boat.
So east or west?
West.
Yeah, let's go west.
Okay. You start going this way.
Looking for any signs of habitation.
Yeah. I mean, it takes a while. It's a big island.
Yeah.
It's like hours of sailing.
Mm-hmm. If there's time, I'd probably talk with Princess Antea and let her tell that for her own safety, it might be best if I look as identical to her as possible. So like getting my hair a little more wavy and stuff like that.
Okay. She's open. She's not gonna stop you. She's open to the idea. Yeah. She just says she's probably not gonna leave the boat.
That also sounds very prudent.
Dimactus isn't exactly inhabited in the sense of like civilization.
Right.
So there's nothing for her to do if she leaves. She might as well just stay put. There's food and water and whatever. Like, yeah.
It's okay. There's no more mead left anyway. So.
Uh-huh.
You can't really drink anything of value.
I guess we'll just keep an eye out. I kind of wish we had a spyglass. Make a mental note. Buy a spyglass.
Those
are
a little
expensive.
pricey.
Yeah,
You know,
they
they're
are.
1,000 gold or whatever, but you know, it's on my Christmas list.
One day we'll get a spyglass.
Gosh.
All right. So as
We're going around the west end of Demactus, I'm kind of keeping an eye out for islands to the west that may have a large figure on it.
give me a perception check.
Oh boy. If we're close to the shore, I don't know if we'd spot anything.
It's worth a shot. So let me see. Perception. 6.
Nothing of interest.
Looks like water.
But as you get around to this tip of Dimactus here, you do see something that looks like it could possibly be promising. It looks kind of like this.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anywhere we can
Yeah, there's a little dock.
anchor the boat?
There's a little dock and everything.
Okay.
Oh, does this look like the place Xeta, or was it a different house on this island?
I feel like this might be it.
Good
Can I
enough.
get a better look at it before we just pull in?
Yeah, sure. What you looking for?
People?
Okay, you don't see any people. There is smoke coming from the chimney, and there are lit torches inside and out. And there's a tiny boat that looks like the boat in the picture on one side of the dock.
Is it just the one house then?
Mm-hmm. Yep. No other buildings.
What do you think, guys? Should we pull in?
I think so.
Alrighty. I'll steer the ship in toward the dock.
I'll take us down
Does
to
it
low sail.
does it look deep enough for the ship to not like run ashore
Yeah.
at the dock? Oh,
Yeah, it'll be just fine. You have a small boat, fortunately. You have a
And
very
not a
small
lot of
boat.
cargo.
Yeah. So your boat kind of, rolls in and you anchor it, and the dock is very ramshackle. It looks kind of handmade by someone who wasn't necessarily a carpenter. It's the boards are kind of like misaligned a little bit. Some of the nail work is pretty shoddy. In general, this whole house dock setup looks pretty like kind of thrown together. And there's no other signs of civilization anywhere or of any other people anywhere.
Well, we ready to go?
Theme will put her helmet on. I'm not going unarmed, but yes.
Try not to get any fights with mushrooms.
I'll try not to, but I'd rather be prepared anyway.
Hey, Zan, have we gotten a long rest in since we fought the headhunters? Or is that still the same day?
You're good. You can long rest, yeah.
Okay.
Long rest away.
Awesome. Alright, I'm just trying to find the name of this chick. Does anyone remember off the top of their head? Oh, Yolanda. That's the name of the lady we're looking for. Hopefully this is Yolanda the Seer's house.
Hmm.
Do you remember what we were going to ask her about? The only tip we got was she might know more about her demigod, if that's still a thing. And anything else we knew? We wanted to
Where
ask?
the islands that have the queen and the giant might be.
Okay. Well, I guess you're just an important figure to stop by and talk to, I suppose, but hopefully
Pick her
she's okay
brain.
to visit. Alright.
I'm ready when you guys are.
I'm ready.
Yes.
I'll go. I'll stay. I'll either go out in front or go directly behind whoever's leading.
All right.
Being either the vanguard or the bodyguard, whichever one you want.
Do you feel like taking lead, Xeta? Does this feel like something you want to take charge of, or not feeling it?
Considering all the dangerous mushrooms, I'm not feeling it.
Okay. All right. go
Lead the
ahead
way,
and-
theme.
Lead the way, theme.
All right, I'll lead the way.
Come, ambassador, and I'll scoop him up.
Scoop who up?
Ambassador, the spider.
Oh. All right, theme will take the lead down the dock up to the front door of the hut.
All right. You do reach the hut.
Maybe she knows we're coming.
I think it's Jabba the Hutt.
The door is shut.
Okay, theme will theme will hold her spear in her shield hand and give the door a couple knocks.
Okay. There is no answer at first, and then the door slowly creaks open. The interior is dimly lit by firelight. There's a lot of really weird stuff hanging from the ceiling, dried up body parts and eyes and newts and stuff like that, like with small animals. There's a lot of jars that have like dead things preserved in them lining the walls. There's a big cauldron, and there's a lady in there who looks
I bet she looks like a stunner.
she looks kind of like this.
Are there human body parts?
There are not. This is like animal, insect stuff.
Okay.
But she's dressed in a robe like this that kind of hides her face. And she's in the back of the room, currently mixing something. She's got like a mortar and pestle out on a table, a bunch of bowls of various things. The room smells pretty bad. Kind of like a bunch of dead stuff and preservatives. She's facing like not towards the door, not directly away from it, but kind of like perpendicular. She doesn't turn her head, but she does say, "What do you want?"
Hey, is this Yolanda by chance?
I am.
Oh, good. A friend of ours told us that we should meet you. You know things, right? See things?
She turns her to face you, but you can't see her eyes, because of how her hood is drawn. But yeah, she kind of like faces you, and then she goes back to what she was doing.
I'm
Come in-
Valen.
Come inside.
Okay.
Theme will step through and make room for everybody else.
Shoes off at the door, or are we okay to have shoes on?
She doesn't answer that.
I don't take my shoes off then.
Okay. Does everyone come in?
Read the room.
Theme will shut the door behind us once we're all through and leave her spear at the door.
Yeah, you
Okay.
come in.
Well, she continues to work on what she's working on, but she does speak. You do not smell of this world.
We're not from around here.
Is that why you're here?
It's one of the reasons, I guess.
Most know nothing of the other worlds, or think they do, but are mistaken.
When you say other worlds, what do you mean exactly?
The one above and below.
Like the sky and the water, or like where the gods live?
Oranos and Thanatos,
Uh-huh.
above and beneath the veil.
Xeta, I think this is kind of your realm. I'm gonna leave this to you.
Okay.
This is my friend Xeta. She's kind of our other worlds expert.
I wouldn't call myself an expert.
Sorry.
It's
Getting
fine.
used to that still.
Each of you bears the blood of those who came from above. Is this the reason you've sought me out? For answers?
Yes, it
Or-
is.
I may be able to help you. But I cannot control the sight. The sight will show you what it wants to show you.
I know
Oh.
I'll do well about that.
I always hate these vague prophecies. They're so misleading.
We'll see what we can glean from them.
I am missing an ingredient. I'll need
And
you to
that is?
fetch it for me. Deep in the center of the mushroom forest,
I was afraid you'd say that.
you'll find a crimson snake 60 feet long, large enough to swallow a man. I require one of its eyes.
Nope.
You're kidding, right?
Maybe we could ask politely.
Does it have more than 2?
No,
Does it have more than 1?
no. Oh yeah.
Oh, wait.
Sorry, that question tripped me up.
Then I'm sure it won't. I'm sure
It's
it won't miss it.
Stupid question that I misunderstood it. Yeah.
Sorry.
It's
Bigger than a bread box.
It's just a big
It's a
snake.
60-foot snake. Of course, it's bigger than a bread box.
It's a big snake.
A very skinny 60-foot snake.
What do you need the eye for exactly?
It is a vital ingredient in order to give you the sight into your bloodline.
But we heard that scary forest could kill us. Is that true? Do you have something to protect us from it?
She points at the wall, and there are like thick, heavy cloths hanging, like the kind you could tie around the front of your face, like basically like thick bandanas.
Does that work?
Not forever.
How
Before it-
long?
It depends on you. Perhaps a day or two.
Are there safe spaces in the island?
The spores fall from the mushroom heads, so anywhere you can take shelter.
We'll try not to disturb the mushrooms then.
That would be best.
And once we get to the middle of the island, is there a way to find the snake? Like a lure or something?
That would be you. It is not often that humans venture in this island. They are a rare delicacy to the Crimson King. He will find you.
Would a party of our size even stand a chance against this thing?
Sure.
You don't sound very convincing.
Maybe not a party of full humans.
I imagine you'll rise to the occasion.
Well, if she thinks we can do it.
Yeah, this one we just met. Definitely capable of her.
Yeah,
Certainly her
Tim's kind of
capabilities.
rolling her eyes at that. I mean, she's not not entirely embracing this woman's gift of foresight, but she'll take a cloth off the wall.
Yeah, now that you've met her, she seems more like an alchemist than a seer. Like, she's talking about ingredients, she's got her place all stocked up. It seems like more of like she knows how to make things than like a supernatural gift. You know what I mean? Like, she wouldn't need all this stuff if she was just like, if she was like Xeta, for instance. Like, Xeta doesn't fucking do all this hubbaloo to see her stuff. So
She's got spell slots. This woman
Th-
does
th-
not.
this is more of like an alchemist, witch kind of situation. So, yeah.
Can we ask you a couple of other unrelated questions?
Yes.
Do you know of any unmarked islands southeast of Dimectus
Or west.
or west?
No.
Any way to find out where it could be with your sight?
Hmm. Perhaps.
We probably do.
Yeah, she said she needs the map and something from the island you're looking for.
Okay. Well, we don't. Oh well. No, we don't have that.
I think we could probably get that
How are we gonna get that?
because we just need like.
Don't we
because
have the scroll? The big thing?
We have the giants one,
Oh yeah.
but we don't have the.
But we're looking for Antea's mom, and maybe Antea, because she had a necklace. Maybe that's like her mom's, so we would have
It
something.
wouldn't be from that island though.
If we're looking for a person on the island, and we had something of possession of the person, would that count?
It may work. We can see.
I mean, that's as close to it as I can get, and that's only if she has something that belonged to her mom.
Yeah, that's definitely the closest we can do.
We could give that a try.
Hmm.
I only have enough ingredients to do this one time though.
Oh.
So like one time for the islands.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I think I know which one is our priority.
Yep.
But that one we already know roughly where it is, though, right?
I
Mm-hmm.
think we roughly
Roughly.
know where. Yeah.
Like
Yeah, it's one more.
we already have a marker for it on the map, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Almost one more person starving to death on an island by themselves.
If she was gonna starve to death, it
Talking
would have
about the-
happened a long
Talking
time
about the giant, not her
Oh,
shipwrecked person.
yeah.
Well, I think we should. What do you think? Should we deal with the giant snake, the blood god, or whatever you called him, or
Crimson King.
Crimson King, or should we do something else?
I mean, I guess we could take care of the snake while we're here.
Kind of interested to speak to the serpent. Do you think it speaks? Yolanda?
No.
You speaking? Okay. Only eating?
Yes.
Is there anything we should know about this thing before we take it on?
Very poisonous.
Good to know.
Does it like mimic human voices or like
No.
stalk its prey, set up traps? Is it supernaturally smart?
It's clever, but only as a hunter.
Alright, so we can use ourselves to lure it into an ambush.
Ambush the ambushers. Well, you said it was incredibly poisonous. Do you have anything on hand that might help stop the poison?
I do not.
Of course not.
Alright, well, we just won't get bit.
If we do, I mean, I can take care of a little bit of that. Just try not to get too bad, okay?
We'll try.
Alright. Don't get bit.
Of course, that's
Got it.
always the objective.
Well,
Alright.
is it late?
Yeah, it's pretty late.
Should we wait to trek through the Doom Forest till tomorrow morning?
Yeah,
Well,
we
maybe
can,
we'll work on the other part at night.
yeah, we can set out tomorrow.
We'll talk to our passenger.
Yeah, we should probably let her know we're gonna be leaving for a little while.
Maybe see if she has anything of her mother's.
Yeah.
But do we need that though? Because we can only use that once. And if we already know where the secret island is.
Do we know where the secret island is?
We have it on the map. We have it marked.
Old Max marked it, didn't he?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's been established many times.
yeah. So I think we should use it to find the island that we don't know the location of.
It's just gonna be a little bit trickier to see if. I don't know if we have anything that's from there.
We have
It's
the
the-
note that the giant sent. The giant note.
I just it defines as if it was comes from there because he probably like brought it with him.
Yeah, I mean, at one point it was from there.
True. I guess that's worth a shot as much as her mom's necklace or whatever.
Or maybe whatever was used to write the letters was from there. Maybe it was charcoal from the island or something.
Well, do we want to just have her give it a go tonight?
Have her work her magic while we're snake hunting.
Or let her do that tonight while we're sleeping? That way, when we die tomorrow, we'll at least know the location of the giant. Or we could wait till later, whatever works.
How long does this take to do? I asked Yolanda.
Some time, at least a few hours.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, let's do it tonight.
Alright, why don't you hand over your special love message in a bottle?
It's on the boat. I don't carry the giant message around.
Disappointing.
Thane will be like, I'll go get it.
I'll head back
Thanks,
to the ship
Thane.
and get it.
All right, you get it.
I'll bring the entire bottle with the note just for good measure.
Sure. Yeah.
Just throw the whole damn thing in there.
All right.
Did you get the map?
Did
Get
I?
that.
Oh.
I'll yell that while she's carrying the bottle. Get the map!
Okay, you get the map and the bottle and the message. Got it. Done. All right, she's got him. She's doing her thing now.
Perfect.
Hey, thank you for this.
I think, do we owe you, like, money? Do you take money goods?
What's she gonna buy with it all the way out here?
Or
I don't,
shrinking heads?
I don't require payment.
Anything else from that snake that would be handy for you? Maybe 2 eyes?
If you wish.
It's gonna be dead anyway. Won't have need of the second one.
Or it's blood, scales, fang? Nothing?
Of no use.
Mm.
Very well then.
Got it. Alrighty. We're gonna go sleep on the boat. Are you good here?
Yes.
It's her house. I hope she's okay here.
Have a good night.
We'll be over there if you need us.
Thane will take her spear as we leave and just
It's like, good thing that wasn't weird.
Quite the conversationalist, that woman.
Almost as awkward as Xeta sometimes.
Sometimes.
Hey!
That's okay. That's why I like you.
Oh, what's captain?
Why do you keep calling me captain?
Well, you steer the ship. You're the captain.
No, a captain's more of a leader.
Same difference.
Okay. Whatever makes you happy. Should we just set up a usual watch?
Yep.
I guess I'll take first watch.
Well, the night passes uneventfully.
Okay, perfect.
except for a couple coughing fits.
Okay.
The mushroom poison mushrooms.
No, you're fine where you are. Yeah.
Okay. Alright, I guess we'll just let Antea know that we're heading out in the poisonous death forest to go see a giant snake and steal its eyeball. And if we die before we rescue Mother, I'm terribly sorry.
And
Good luck.
if she needs somebody to take care of her, there's a creepy lady in the hut there that'll be more than glad, I'm sure.
Sounds good.
We should be back in a few days.
Next stop, your mother. Don't worry. Or not. I don't know. We'll see.
All right.
All right, team. You ready?
Ready.
All right. Refill the water skin, grab some rations, and head into the death shrooms.
I've got 5 rations on me now. Hopefully that's enough.
Same here.
Yep, same.
All right. You guys, oh, she shows you where the. So when you get back, she has something on your map. Let me see here.
Oh.
There's a green smudge on your map now. And she says that the note and bottle came from somewhere within that area.
Well, that at least narrows it down. Thank you.
Guys,
Yes.
if we find a giant,
Mhm.
how do we know he's going to fit on the boat?
Yeah, we
Okay.
could always just strap him to the back and then he can float along like an inner tube.
Oh, we can get on like a raft.
We got a couple empty barrels they can float on.
Could work.
We'll just give him the peace of mind that someone knows he's out there and give him some food and water at least.
He probably eats a lot of food.
Hopefully he doesn't need us.
Does anyone know if giants are friendly?
Nope.
I've only heard stories of giants. What kind of stories of giants have I heard, Zan?
I don't know. Give me a fucking history check. None.
What's a giant?
You've heard they're big.
Gigantic even. Giant like.
Let's head in. Do we have a general idea of where the Serpent King is?
Yeah, the Crimson King is just you're supposed to head towards the center and he'll kind of find you.
Okay. I'll
So you
cast
guys-
Mage Armor as we venture into the Mushroom Forest.
You guys all mask up.
Yep. Put on the
Yeah.
cloth mask. I feel like it's the jar of dirt from Pirates of the Caribbean. It's like, will the jar of dirt help it? If you don't want it, give it back. No.
I'll bring an extra mask just in case.
Ooh.
Sure, okay.
If she has enough for everybody to take 2.
Yeah, it's fine. We
I've got
plenty.
some spare clothes I can use too.
Cool. If we take all the masks, that way we know that nobody's going to follow us.
No one will come looking for us.
I hear a didgeridoo.
Little
So you're yeah, I mean swamps sound like didgeridoos to me,
Mhm.
so
Yep, sounds.
Well, absolutely.
I agree. Oh, I agree.
you're heading in. You're heading into the mushroom swamp.
And I'm trying my best to avoid contact with any mushrooms.
Oh
big
yeah,
or,
totally.
Big or small.
Mm-hmm. So as you guys trek, your boots are all getting wet. It's all soggy. There's almost nowhere to step that's not like wet ground. You can avoid actually like wading through water pretty easily, but even like all the dirt is like it's basically all mud.
Mhm.
There's almost nowhere to walk. It's not like really wet.
It's dingy here.
And there are definitely spores visibly floating down from the mushroom heads.
Try
but
to
you
avoid
can
those.
kind of steer around them a bit by like choosing your path a little carefully and taking your time, or you can just like cut through the place as quick as you can. It's up to you guys.
Well, I think we're definitely taking our time here.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
Safer route.
Mhm.
As
Okay.
we're going, I'm gonna keep an eye out for any sort of like shelter that we can use, like I don't know, like caves, or I don't know if there's like trees here or anything like that.
I get you. So far you haven't seen much of anything like that, but there are some sections where there aren't as many mushrooms as others. So it might even be a matter of just kind of like positioning yourself somewhere where there aren't really a lot of mushrooms.
Find a field.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, I'll just keep those in mind.
The further in you go, the darker it gets. So, fortunately, Zeta's shield is glowing. Zeta, did you also want to pop light on anybody?
Yeah, I'll pop light on theme.
Okay. The theme is now glowing.
Theme also has a glowing shield.
So did we talk about any sort of strategy for luring this thing?
Usually
feel
more
like
of a straight up approach, but that's just me.
I feel like it's gonna get the drop on us before we get the drop on it.
Should we make a lot of noise?
No.
No?
We don't want to attract anything else that might be lurking.
If there's a large snake, that means it's got other things. There are other things here because it has to eat something.
Fair point.
So after a little while, like a couple hours of walking, you guys start you hear buzzing. You hear like a buzzing noise. And you see something pretty big, like bigger than a dog, but it's like a dark shape in the distance, and it passes by like behind some mushrooms, but it was definitely airborne, whatever this thing is. And it's not quite the size of a person, but it's close.
Whatever you do, don't look tasty.
How do you not look tasty?
Uh,
I'm just gonna keep going.
okay.
Everything all right, Matt?
Yeah, everything's fine.
Okay, just checking. So yeah, after a bit, you hear more buzzing. The buzzing is getting pretty loud. It's like all around you, and you keep seeing these big shapes like in the distance, kind of flying around.
Hmm. Does it seem to be more of them now?
Oh yeah.
Uh-oh.
They begin to approach aggressively, and you get a good look at them now. They look to be mosquitoes, the size of dogs.
Now, what kind of dogs are we talking here? Are we talking like a terrier, or are we talking
a
like
golden
Irish
retriever.
wolfhound? Irish wolf. Oh, golden.
Typical dog, normal, middle, medium dog.
Not the
size.
kind of dog you can drop kick across a room. Those are not dogs.
Who drop kicks dogs?
Someone who's trying to
Apparently.
test whether or not it's a dog. Anything that jumps when it barks is not a dog.
I wish. I've done one too many chihuahuas in my day. Ugh.
All right, roll me some initiative. These things are after you.
They are at least after Zeta and Valen.
Wow, you guys killing it.
All right, there we go. One of them rolled a 20 as well,
Oh wow.
and they have higher dex.
Nah.
All right, Valen, giant fucking mosquitoes.
All right. Well, I still don't see any, so
Oh, you can hear them though. They're
I-
they're like in all directions.
I
You're
am
being
going to put
surrounded.
my back to the party, pull up my crossbow, ready a shot for the first damn mosquito I see.
All right. Well, here it comes. And there it is.
Here we go. So the 13 hit the mosquito.
It does.
All right, it takes 4 piercing damage.
Nicely done. All right, it attacks. It attacks Xeta. It tries to sting her.
Ow.
Him.
Done.
Oh my. Oh, wait. It didn't work. Hold on. There we go. That's the miss, right?
Yeah, it's a miss.
All right, Argos.
Alright, I'm just going to firebolt that mosquito. So I'll conjure a little ball of fire and toot in its direction. Nope.
Xeta.
Less.
Targets.
All but me.
Okay.
Yay. It's another selfless bless. Now the swarm attacks. There's so many in a row now.
All right. So this one double moves up here. This one also has to double move. And this one also has to double move. Theme.
I have to wonder, do these things seem attracted to the light coming from our shields?
You can't really tell.
Okay, I'm gonna spear the one in front of me then.
Yeah, I mean, they're just coming at you.
Yeah.
So, maybe? That misses.
1d4 for bless. 14.
It hits.
Okay. That many.
Oh, you stabbed, you skewered that sucker.
Nice shot.
Yeah, that's a really good hit. Is it dead?
Are you dead, mister?
No, it's not dead. It's close. Alright. Oh, this one can actually come up here and attack Valen.
Oh,
Nope.
thank God.
This one has to double move. And this one has to double move. Valen.
I need 3 con saves. Each of these
Okay.
mosquitoes. Alright, they all failed. So they all take 12 damage.
Wow.
Nice.
Putting an end to West Nile virus wherever you go.
Did they get pushed away? Is this thunder or whatever?
They do. If they're not dead, they get pushed 10 feet.
Oh yeah, they're not dead.
Oh, it was these 3.
He wanted to hit the wounded one.
Oh, the wounded one's dead then.
Sweet. Cool. As a bonus action, Valen says, "Pay attention, Xeta." She feels inspired, or he, God damn it! It's the hardest thing in the world for me.
We'll be level 20 by the time we get it.
It's a character who used to be female who's being played by someone who's female, so it's like the most confusing thing in the world. Yeah.
Maybe by
Sorry.
the end of the campaign she'll be turned back.
Maybe.
There's a dog. Everybody gets to
Oh,
see
hello.
the dog.
Hello.
There's a dog.
My
Aww.
turn though.
All right. This mosquito is going to attack Xeta.
Ow!
baby. Okay, give me a con save for half on the con damage.
Oh, what? Oh, shit.
Blood loss.
Okay, you made the con save, so you take 3 damage, and then your Constitution score is reduced by 2.
Shit.
This con damage only lasts until you take a short or long rest. It's just a result of blood loss, so it's very temporary. But everyone take note of what your con scores are right now, so that you can put them back when you take a short or long rest.
Okay. And as our con scores go down, our maximum health and current health will go down as well, right?
That's correct.
Alright.
So, because you lost 2 con, you also lose 3 more health from both your current and max. But you want to note your max HP number as well. Alrighty. While Xeta is mathing that, Argos.
Alright, I don't really know what to do. I don't really want to waste resources on a bunch of mosquitoes while we're on a snake hunt. So I'm just gonna try to stab the guy next to me with my dagger.
Okay.
Give him a good old stab. Oh, let me hit bless. Ugh. 14.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty crappy. 4 damage.
Okay.
I'll take that skater.
Which of the 2 that are next to
Oh,
you?
let's go directly left of me. I'm sorry. Just
Yeah,
do that
no
one.
problem. 4 damage. Alright. Xeta, you feel like you've lost some blood.
Yeah. I'm going. This one give me a dex save.
Okay.
Fastest. And then I'm going to spiritual weapon about here. Attack that one.
Alright. Where was the spiritual weapon? Like here?
I wanted it here.
Ah. Alright, and attack that top one.
Mm-hmm.
You hit him.
Nice.
For 11.
Nice.
Nice.
Is that the one that Argos hit?
It is not. Argos hit the one below it. Anyway, that one's gonna go now, and it's gonna attack Argos.
Oof.
Oh, baby.
Ow.
Alright. The con damage doesn't crit, so that's only 2. So give me a con save.
Okay. Yeah, I
You're
don't
good?
think plus
Okay.
matters.
So you take 7 damage, and you lose 1 con.
Okay. That's right.
Oh man. Con
Yeah, these
damage is
are-
scary.
These are assholes. These little guys are dicks. This one's also going to attack Argos, but miss. Alright, theme.
Okay.
Everyone noted their correct max HP and con before reductions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, so that you can restore it. Okay, good stuff.
Let's see. Theme will move to here. I'm gonna attack this one.
You hit him.
That many?
Yep, he's dead.
Okay. That was hang on. So that was 5, 10. I'm gonna move back 20, 25, 30. Sounds exactly 30 feet. And I'm gonna action surge and commander strike. One right down here.
Oh,
I'll
for
Valen
Valen.
an attack on it. Yep.
Cool.
Alrighty. I will gladly accept that attack. Though I have my crossbow out.
Oh well, you can commander strike whichever one you want then. If you go for one of these, you'll still get your sneak attack.
Yeah. I guess I will go for the one on Xeta. So here is my crossbow attack. Whoop. Does a 10 hit?
Nope.
Yeah, add
But
bless.
with bless.
Oh, but with bless.
No.
Nope.
That's not it.
Because you forgot about it, it's biting you.
Yeah. Alright. Well, that's my attack.
All right,
Sorry, Mark.
I'm about to get swarmed. It's okay.
Alright, this one's attacking theme.
Oh boy.
Ow, that's a hit.
Give me that con save.
I might be able to resist the con damage.
You
Nice.
don't take any con damage.
Nice.
Miss.
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 Whew.
Alright, Valen.
Alright, Valen's going to pull out his Copus and strike at the one right next to Theme. So here goes nothing.
But with bless.
But with blast!
Yeah! There we go.
There's 11
Now we're talking.
max damage.
Goes
Nice.
down. Yeah.
Valen's gonna move.
Wow,
over
that
there.
was actually maximum damage on both rolls.
Yeah. And
You play a.
Valen's gonna move over there. And he'll end his turn.
Alright. Xeta. Give me a con save, Xeta.
It's daytime, isn't it?
It is definitely. Well,
We're in darkness.
yeah, it's day, but the sun and moon, neither of them can really get to you where you are. You're like under the mushroom canopy. Yeah,
I just had a little bit of hope.
yeah. All right, so you only take 1 con damage then.
Okay.
So you take 7 damage and 1 con damage. Oh yeah, and I guess you have to concentrate for bless, which is a different save.
Yeah, so we'll
That
see.
was for the blood loss. So let's see if bless stays up. Nope.
You have Bardic Inspiration if you
yep.
want to try
Oh,
and
yeah.
use it.
Your bardic inspiration.
You only need to roll a 3.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, it's up. You guys gotta start doing shit at night. You never do anything at night, like ever.
That's scary.
Never do anything at night. Yeah.
But I'm
We
empowered
got
by the
attacked
moon.
on the boat at night.
Yeah, we got attacked on the boat at night. We did.
Yeah, but there was no concentration save. Alright, Argos.
I'm gonna shank this mosquito. Oh, get it? Alright,
No.
No, I don't.
I think
Okay.
it's blessed. I'm gonna shake this hoe, but it's a mosquito. Alright.
Zeta.
I miss like my zinger.
My spiritual weapon is going to attack that guy.
Hit. Alright.
And then... I'm actually the least amount of health right now. Huh. I'm going to... Let me see. Oh.
Is your normal max HP 27?
47.
Yeah, okay. So your max HP is actually 21 now because your con modifier has gone down from 3 to 1.
Yeah.
So there we go.
I'm going to... What? I'm going to guiding bolt that guy.
Okay.
We're
Boom,
making that
and
ranged attack against me, someone you're in melee with, though. Just like last time against this skeleton.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I'll do it again real quick.
I mean,
Yeah.
You could have just hit one of the guys that aren't in melee to you. But
I already decided. I'm sorry.
it's cool. I mean, I guess you missed then.
Yep.
I mean, you hit one of these guys. He's dead. There's literally no reason not to just hit one of the ones that you don't disadvantage against. Like, that guy dies. Alright. This one's gonna attack Argos. And hit him.
Wow.
And Argos, give me that con save.
Con save's getting harder as I lose blood.
That's how it works. Uh-oh.
Why
You
get
take
4?
2
Hold on.
con damage.
Uh
What about an 8 with blast? Was it?
Nope.
An 8?
oh.
Absolutely not.
Alright, wonderful.
Damn.
I'm gonna attack the skeeter that's right next to me. Cha!
He is very dead.
Okay, and I will move over to here.
Valen.
Alright, Valen's gonna move there. And make an attack on this this pest. Alright, so here is
Yeah!
he is
Nice!
long gone, I assume.
With really
And
bad
14 damage.
Argos.
Try to attack this guy. Oh, there we go.
It is.
Ooh, boy, 5 damage.
Snake eyes.
Got him.
That's all that matters. You got him.
I'm gonna hold my arteries. That guy like had all my blood in him. He like crit me and hit me, so all my blood just smattered into the swamp.
Drink it out of him.
Yeah.
Get it back.
Who knows what else was in there?
Yeah. Other people's blood.
Could be some Crimson King blood in there.
Yep.
Alrighty. Now who has con damage?
Me.
No.
Only the 2 of you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a sec. So
I don't feel so good.
okay. Alright, cool. So yeah. There we go, that happened. You guys
I think I have West Nile virus now.
you beat the mosquitoes.
Ugh, I don't feel so good.
You guys need to take a minute.
Yeah.
I mean, you just feel like you lost some blood, yeah.
Alright, short rest then.
Still kind of bleeding and feel a little nauseous.
I don't want to hang
You
around for
guys
too
want
long
to take
though.
a short rest?
Get over here into the open. Get away from those mushrooms.
Okay.
Alright.
So, about 5 or 10 minutes into the short rest, Argos starts to vomit up a little bit of blood. And
I told you I
Argos,
didn't feel good.
you feel like your insides are all twisted up,
Argos?
and your skin feels like you're getting a rash or something.
Argos?
I don't feel so good.
I don't think blood is
Kinda
supposed to
itchy.
come out of your mouth when you cough.
Is he okay, Xeta?
Xeta, do you feel
I will
okay?
take. I mean, I'm feeling alright. I
Oh,
will
dude.
take 10 minutes to do detect poison disease as a ritual.
Okay. Yeah, you definitely detect a pretty horrible disease that he's contracted from that mosquito.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Great.
This is
Argos.
it's not a good time to get sick.
Argos, you really gotta watch out for mosquitoes.
You
They're
ain't
like-
telling me.
The invisible killer.
Sorry, I just need some more.
Alright.
more
I
rest.
go over to Argos and I put my hand on him.
No, honestly, I'm okay. I'm alright.
No, you're not. No, you're not okay.
Patronizing, I'm doing just fine.
No, you're not doing okay.
Yeah. All right, your lesser restoration cures Argos of his internal flesh-eating disease.
Oh god.
And his rash goes away over the course of the next like 10 or 15 minutes. His organs no longer feel like they are deteriorating from the inside out. His internal bleeding from his organs rupturing goes away.
See,
He's feeling a lot better.
See, I told you I'd feel around fine. I just needed to take a load off my feet.
Oh, we should have asked about the seer about the black cat poison cure, if we could find it out here.
Well, I mean, if she could cure, I mean, what?
Yeah, I feel pretty confident I could take care of that now.
All right.
With all that I've learned.
All right then.
Alrighty, so you're taking a short rest. Put your con scores back to normal. Put your max HP back to normal, and you can spin hit dice as needed.
I'm just gonna use my second wind before we short rest.
Okay.
Because I get it back on a short rest. I am fully recovered.
I'm 1 hit point off. That won't matter, right?
Do you roll your hit die before or after you regenerate your con score?
After.
So that would be more for Xeta then.
Yeah, Xeta actually would have regained 10 because Xeta has his con score back up to 16.
Oh, nice call.
Yep. Good catch.
I knew that ahead of time. That's why mine was correct.
Shut up, Matt.
Alright, I'll be 1 hit point down. Be a little scar to remember.
Little blood on your vest.
Yeah, a little blood on my vest. Yeah, mom's spaghetti on my vest. Alright, I'm not even gonna recover my spell slots because I would only get half of what I normally would get. So I'm fine. 1 spell down. I'm good with that. Alright, back to the Crimson Killer.
Let's get moving. Oh, actually, timeout.
Uh-huh.
You feel great. Song of Rest, baby.
Oh yeah, both of you regain 1 more hit point.
Oh, I like that. I feel like that was the roleplay reason. He's like, you feel great. I'm like, you know what? I do.
Look at that 1 hit point of healing for Xeta and Argos.
Perfect.
Holy shit, so
I
good.
feel so inspired.
Alright, we're gonna take a break.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Alright.
Be back.
After that, the Crimson Killer's gonna get got.
Yes, it is.
Okay. So you guys just took a short rest in the swamp. The hour that it took you to take that short rest was pretty uneventful. It seems that the mosquitoes you fought were the extent of the enemies in the immediate area. So there was nothing really left to bother you during your rest.
It seems still on alert during that time because
Yeah, but
it's scary.
It stands to reason that you may encounter more stuff the deeper you go, but it seems like you kind of attracted the attention of all of the giant mosquitoes in this vicinity. So in this immediate area, at least, it's safe for now because you kind of cleared it out.
The con damage that we took is healed as well, right?
That's correct. The blood loss is healed with a short rest. Yep.
Okay. So once we are healed up, I'm ready to continue moving. I don't want to be in this mushroom forest any longer than we have to be. Yeah, see, the spores are already starting to affect Jeremy.
And Gwen, yep.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm ready to go when you guys are.
I'm ready. I didn't take any hits during that fight, so.
Well, let's
All right.
get in and out as soon as possible.
So you guys continue to venture through the mushroom forest,
Deeper we go.
wading through the swamp. And as you do, the day drags on, and hours pass. And before too long, it actually it's getting pretty dark. It was already like overcast because of the mushrooms, but you find that even when the mushroom canopy is open enough that you can see the sky is getting dark. It's approaching nightfall.
Do we feel tired? Like, can we keep going, or?
You feel like you could keep going for a while.
I mean, I'm good to keep moving. It's not like it really changed that much. It's already pretty dark here.
Hey, Theme, come here. And Xeta will cast light on her shield.
Got it.
Now you have 2 shields of light.
All right, let's worry about attracting more mosquitoes.
I'd be more worried about the giant snake.
Okay, well.
After a little bit, you hear movement up ahead. And of course, you're in a forest of sorts, like a swamp forest. So there's been movement just in general. There are living things here. But this stands out because it sounds like sliding, but very heavy, and you actually see some mushrooms up ahead, kind of tilt, like in a line, like heading towards you.
Yeah, Theme like kind of raises her shield and points her spear. It's like, on your guard.
Is it coming toward us?
It does seem to be heading, just beelining for you. Yeah.
Alright, yeah, I'll prepare
All right.
for a fight. I don't know if I have time to like ready an attack or something.
I'll give it to you. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, if something gets close, I'll take a
Yeah,
stab at it.
Same to me.
Yeah. In fact, you guys each you pretty much have a turn. And it's coming this way.
Okay.
So you could even like move, ready stuff, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, actually,
Here and ready her spear to attack if anything closes.
I'll stand side by side with Theme,
Okay.
and I'll be like, all right, guys, this is it. We can do anything we put our minds to, and only one of you gets inspired by that. So,
Which one? Which one of us feels the most inspired?
Xeta.
Oh.
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 Very effeminate guy.
I mean, he's been a woman for 10 years, okay? Give him a break.
Got some adjusting to do.
Admittedly, it's a good excuse.
It's forgivable if you walk into the wrong restroom every now and then for the next like month or two.
Yeah. Still getting used to having a dick again.
All right, time for some initiative.
Coming right up. Not too bad.
Wow.
I clicked a token.
Well, yeah, I mean, it didn't go to the thing.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Do it again.
Okay.
Well, I can just add you, and then I'll put it in manually.
There you go. Except I got a 10.
There we go. All right. You don't see a snake yet, Valen, but it's coming.
Well, you can also do anything that you put your mind to. And now the theme feels good about herself.
So I don't get any inspiration?
Not yet. At this point, no.
Yeah, I rolled a 1 on the fucking snake's initiative.
It's okay. That means that he's not gonna roll that badly for the rest of the combat now.
And then I will just continue to hold my action to attack this thing if it closes.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Wait, you skipped me.
I don't see him on the turn order anymore.
There you go, Argos.
Okay. I'm gonna be like, oh wait, and I'm gonna walk up here, and I'll say, you can do anything you can put your mind to, Valen. And you just
Kind of raises
disappear.
an eyebrow at everybody, like, what is going on?
You just disappear from sight,
Oh!
and I go back over here.
Nice.
Fancy.
Invisible.
Ooh.
Xeta?
You're not my soul slave. You'll do whatever I say, or your soul will be mine.
You are now a warlock of Argos.
I
Plus,
believe it.
plus. Everyone but me.
Selfless plus.
Thank you.
Theme.
Standing with my shield ready. I guess I'm readying my action to attack. If anything comes close to me. Actually, oh yeah. I'll do it.
Cool. All right. You all feel the ground shift, and you see the muddy, murky water shift.
Aw.
And Theme and Valen, you actually feel like the ground lifts up a little bit under you for a moment. And then the Crimson King bursts out of the mud.
Oh wow.
It comes up from below.
Oh, it's horrible.
So Theme, you're ready. The attack goes off.
Yeah. Yeah.
You hit you hit the snake.
It's less. That many. And I'm gonna goading attack it.
Okay. What's that? Wisdom?
Yes. And 7 more damage. It passed, I believe, with my...
Probably. I'm guessing it's DC
Yeah.
15 for you right now.
Actually, I think it might be 12.
Oof. Oh yeah, because your strength is not 16.
Yeah, it's 14.
I still don't know why.
My compelled, because I put all that into Constitution. My highest level in the Constitution.
Got it.
But my compelled duel has a higher DC, but it still would have not would have
Alright.
passed it.
Well, now the snake's gonna actually do stuff. It will attack Argos.
Rest in peace.
Whoa.
And then it's gonna attack Theme.
Miss.
Alright. Valen.
So Valen is invisible right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's much I can do with that other than just get advantage on my next attack. So, I guess I'll take advantage of my situation and attack this snake with advantage.
From where?
Right?
From what location? Oh, from right there. Okay.
So,
It makes sense now.
there we go. 16.
Plus.
That
Plus-
hits.
So, that is 4 plus sneak attack. Well, I tried.
Nice sneak attack.
I tried.
Oh.
So yeah, he's like really getting into this like whole invisibility thing. He's like, he creeps up to it and he realizes like he's too careful about it.
He's a tiny little poke.
Yeah, he doesn't do much with that attack.
Alright.
Playing darts with this thing.
I kind of facepalm a little bit. And then I have a stare down with this snake that tried to bite me. And, like, my eyes get all narrow, and its eyes get all narrow, and then they start to like look like they've been bleached as they start to wither away with blindness. Yeah, bam! Make a Constitution save.
Nice.
Oh, you're blind, Mr. Snake. It's blind, so I guess I'll just walk away. I'll backtrack over here. Boom.
All right.
Cool.
Nice.
That's my turn.
Cool. It makes an attack of opportunity with disadvantage.
Alright.
Alright.
Wow, I was wrong. It's full of ones today.
Yeah.
Alright, Xeta.
Not complaining.
That's its 4th one so far in the combat.
Initiative, couple saves, couple attack.
I move there. And, give me a dex save.
It has disadvantage while it's blind.
Max damage on the Sacred Flame.
Ah!
Succeeds.
Wow, yeah.
Victory!
Gross. That was your action. Any bonus
Yeah.
action stuff?
Nah.
Okay. Theme.
I'm going to Commander Strike this thing.
Okay.
Giving that to Valen.
Coming in hot.
You have advantage
I
because
have
it's
advantage
blind.
because it's blind. Yes. Thank you. You are a master of
Kind and benevolent.
killing snakes. So that is 6 plus the sneak attack plus
Nice.
a d8.
Much better this time. You can do
Hey, it
anything
actually
you put
worked
your
out
mind
this
to.
time.
Valen, you can do anything you put your mind to. And I'll move. Well, no, I'll stay there actually.
Alrighty.
I want him to know where I am.
Alright. It moves into your spaces,
Shit.
coiling around the two of you. So
I should
you,
have moved.
yeah, you both get your choice of acrobatics or athletics to escape.
Well, this is an obvious decision.
Ha!
Oh.
Okay, so
Plus, hang on.
No,
I have a
apply the
17.
skill checks.
Bless doesn't do skill checks.
Oh, wait, skill check. Can I use my bardic inspiration then?
You
Yeah,
can use your
that'll
bardic
work for your-
inspiration.
Incoming one.
Hey, there we
okay.
go.
So
Okay.
theme escapes, but Valen is now grappled, or rather constricted. It's actually its own thing.
Shit.
Yeah. Okay. So first of all, there's just constriction damage. Alright, you take 12 bludgeoning damage
Ow.
from just being squeezed. Then it attacks its constricted prey with advantage, but it's blind, so it ends up being a normal attack. Because they cancel out.
Well, that hits.
Give me a con save.
Shit.
Oh no! Don't
Alright, well,
die!
I may actually just. Yeah,
Oh!
Okay.
that's
my
not
God.
great. Well, I'm unconscious at least.
Yeah, I don't
Captain,
think
don't
you're not.
die.
You're
I'm
not
not
dead. You're not dead. So you're unconscious. All right, cool. So let's see. Oh no, it bit you. It can't swallow on the same turn. Okay, it'll swallow next turn. So Valen,
It gets
Yeah,
another
yeah.
con save, Zane, to shake the
Oh,
blood
yeah.
this off.
no.
Oh, good.
All right.
Alright, we're good.
Hey, there we go. Argos.
I'm just gonna magic missile it.
Pow, pow, pow.
12 damage.
Nice.
Decent.
That's my turn.
Xeta.
I'll move to over here. Give me a dex save and I'll say, someone get him out of there so I can heal him, because I'm not going in there.
Oh no, the one.
You're not putting your mind to it enough, Zeta.
Alright, theme.
Okay. Oh boy.
It's got him in its mouth. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I want to try to compel duel.
That sounds good. Wisdom save?
Yes. Yeah, I passed it. I don't think I've succeeded yet this whole campaign, but whatever.
At
He has
least
a-
once or twice.
He's got a +0 on wisdom. It's not like he's good at wisdom saves, but
All right. Can I climb up there and try to pull Valen out?
Oh yeah, I
That would be a
mean you can.
possibility.
Yeah, you can try and get him out.
Okay.
I'll say if you succeed in attack on the snake, you can like knock Valen out with the butt of your spear or something. Just whack him out of there.
Okay. I'm gonna do a goading strike with it.
All right. Cool.
You have advantage if you want to roll to make sure you don't crit.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, it didn't
No.
matter.
I'll take the 22. 8, 6, and
So wisdom against the goading strike.
yes. Okay.
So Valen gets knocked out of there.
And I'm gonna move myself up to here. Try to keep its attention.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
no, you have its fucking attention.
Okay, good.
Give me, give me an athletics check. Okay, you are constricted.
Ow.
Take
Well,
9
got him out.
And then it's gonna make its attack on you, normal attack, because it's still fucking blind. The con save against the blindness is at the end of the turn, right, Matt?
Yep.
Okay, so it's blind, so miss, and still blind. But yeah, you are in its coils. Valen,
Alright, that's 2.
nice. Argos.
Alright. Damage.
Wow,
Wow.
pretty good.
That's my turn.
Xeta.
Oh boy, this doesn't look good. She'll go up and to give him a good old tap.
We got slaps, we got taps.
Yeah, the taps are the nice ones.
Average
tap this time.
average tap.
Average tap.
The
Okay. So whilst constricted, does that prevent me from taking attacks?
yeah, so actually it's
And
it's worse than grappled. You literally can't do anything but try to get out. So it's
Okay.
athletics or acrobatics because it's not
That
just
is-
grappling you; it's wrapped all the way around you, so
Right,
you
and
can't.
That's an action.
Actually, no. Start of your turn, you can try to escape. If you get out, you're good to go. So
At the start of my turn. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Oh, so you spend your turn just restrained and incapacitated.
Okay.
Yeah, if you manage to get out, you still get your turn, but
All right. Cool.
it is not actually grapple. I thought it was, but it is its own like mechanic. Yeah. Okay.
More like restrained than grapple.
Yeah, it's like he's
So
wrapped all the way around you.
So I'm not threatening him for the purpose of Valen's sneak attack.
I mean, not really. No.
Okay. All right. Well, but he is still blinded, so he gets advantage anyway.
You're pretty helpless. You can actually still take your turn, but you can't use your arms or legs. So if there's something you can do that's like if you had a spell that was only verbal components, you could still cast it.
Already used my compelled duel.
Yeah, but it's just that you can't use your limbs because he's wrapped
Right.
all the way around you.
And nobody's in range to do commander strike, so
Yeah,
that's it. That's all I can do.
yeah, it sucks.
Okay.
All right. Well, at the start of his turn, you take 4 bludgeoning damage, and then he's gonna try to bite you. He's still blind.
Miss.
He misses, and I think he's not blind anymore now at the end of his turn.
No longer blinded.
All right, Valen.
Alright, so Valen, he stands up and he's like, thanks, Xeta. And he takes a low stance and he like kind of darts off at the snake. And then like once he gets to the base of the snake, he's gonna like jump up into the air and draw his sword up the body of the snake. And this is his Zephyr Strike.
Got it.
So this is attack. 19 hits.
Yep.
You don't have advantage though, do you? Or is that
Zephyr
for the
Strike
Strike?
gives me advantage. Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Don't steal my stuff.
I didn't mean to steal your thunder.
So then there's
Air boy.
4 from sneak attack.
Stop taking the
And,
wind out of
2
his
from that.
sails.
So, With this, I'm trying to like jump up to the head of the snake. Am I able to like knock Theme out?
Oh yeah.
I am knocked out.
Yeah. Basically, when
scared.
you, yeah, when it gets damaged, it drops whoever it's constricting, pretty
Okay.
much. Just as a
Alright.
rule. Yeah.
So that is my turn.
All right.
Bless you.
11 damage.
Mushrooms are starting to affect me.
Xeta. The snake looks like it's had better days. It may be kind of getting low on health now.
Good.
I will move over here. And I don't know. Well, it's worth a shot. Let me see here. Okay. Ugh.
Maybe over on the other side,
Yeah. I figure out positioning here.
right here.
You can
Right
also
there.
elevate it
20.
slightly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So right there.
Okay.
Right there.
Your sleepy time.
Sleepy time.
Okay.
Again, with really bad roll for sleep. Some things never change.
Nope.
It's always so bad.
Sorry.
It's not terrible. It's like only a couple points under average.
Yeah. Not quite. It was a good idea though. It had a very good chance of succeeding.
Yeah,
But,
average for the sleep was like 22 points.
That would have put him to sleep. It was close. It was pretty fucking close. So he looks kind of sleepy, but he doesn't actually fall asleep.
Go to sleep, little snake.
No, don't close
Nods
those
its
eyes.
head
We
for a
need them.
minute.
All right, Theme.
Yep, don't damage the eyes. I'm going to. I'll Commander Strike it. My last one of those. So, Valen, all
Coming
you.
right up. 14 plus bless. 16.
It hits with bless.
So there is that. The sneak attack plus a d8. So that is 19 damage, so it's not that.
God damn
I'm
it.
also going to action surge. I'm back to
Okay.
surging.
All right.
And I found out that Commander Strike actually uses my bonus action. So,
Oh, that's good.
yeah. No, it's not, but. I'll spear the dang thing. Yeah!
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah, it goes down.
Yeah, she's basically like hitting hitting with the tip of it just to get its attention for Valen to Commander Strike, and then she gives it a twirl and stabs it straight into its hide.
You said hide, not eyes, Zan.
Hide,
Mhm.
not eyes. Yes, it's scales.
Thanks, Xeta. Appreciate it.
Well, that wasn't so bad.
Think I got a broken rib.
We'll give the spear a twist before pulling it out, just in case.
Alright, who's the best equipped to getting this eyeball out?
Flick my spear clean. I think Xeta.
I think not. Captain, how about you take care of it?
Alright, nibble toes, why don't you get in there?
Oh, right. You mean me when you say captain.
And nibble toes, yes.
Sure. Yeah. Where's the head at? Hopefully, it's not like in the middle of the snake.
Yeah, in a
Yeah,
really awkward
it's
position.
it's in a big coil with the head resting in the middle, so you have to like climb on it to
Dave.
get up there.
Dame,
The thing has her spear pointed at it, and she's like, I got you covered.
Dame, come here. Give me a hand with this.
You'll start stepping up on top of it carefully.
Okay.
Wait, you're going up there? I meant just pull the head out.
Well, the head's in the middle, so.
Yeah, we could just grab this and just yank on it. All right, fine. I'll get in there.
Alright, so you're stepping on squishy snake body. And you get to the head. It's a big old snake head.
Can I get to one of the eyes at least?
Oh, yeah. Two big
Alright.
old snake eyes.
Grab 2 of them.
Grab 2. All right, we're gonna very carefully try to remove one of these eyes with the dagger.
Nice. You, let me see like a,
Xeta, pray for this man.
sleight of hand.
Pray for
Sleight of
this
hand,
man.
sure.
Guidance?
Sleight of hand. Do I?
Give him a slap.
Can I slap him?
Yeah.
Alright, you're slapped.
All right, roll a d4. So that's a 10.
You get it out. You scrape it a little bit. There's a little damage to the cornea. It's leaking a little bit, but you get it out.
Oh, hopefully this is good enough. Can I get to the other eye?
Oh yeah, you can give it another shot with the
Uh,
other
Just in
one.
case, yeah.
Let me see if I can't improve that. Yeah, that's better.
Oh yeah. Give me a slap.
Give me a slap.
Slap.
I'll give
Give me
you
a
this
slap.
slap score. Here's a 19.
There we go. 19.
Oh yeah.
The other one is pristine. This is a mint condition, never unboxed eye.
Ooh.
Ready for Amazon. Ready for eBay. Yeah.
Comes with bubble wrap and everything.
Yeah, that's a good eye. Yep. The other
Good
one,
eye,
the
mate.
other one's lightly used.
Does anyone want anything else off of this snake before I get down?
Can I think of any other rare ingredients that maybe like it's fang or it's poison gland or something?
I mean, if you guys want to try to remove the poison gland or a fang, you're welcome to. They're
Sounds
made-
dangerous.
I think I'm opting out of the poison gland. I'm not equipped for that.
All right,
Yeah.
we'll take this as a victory.
I don't know what the fuck I'd do with it.
Do you think this has like a lair nearby? Do you think it might have some dead travelers or something?
Does it look like it's eaten recently?
You know, it doesn't. It really doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, who would even be out here anyway?
Yeah, let's just get back before we all die from poison dust or mushroom dust.
So
Pretty late.
It is quite dark out now. It's definitely nighttime at this
Okay. We'll use the snake body to scare away off other predators.
Yeah, I don't think anything would be coming near this thing.
And I like the idea. Let's light a campfire.
No, it's not like a campfire, I don't think.
Let's light a bonfire then.
I don't know if a fire would be a good idea.
Fair enough.
I do think staying near the snake, or maybe even sleeping on top of it, might be good. It looks comfortable.
I'll try to get the highest ground that isn't near a mushroom, so I guess like over here or something.
Sure, yeah.
Try to get ready for sleep.
It's a good idea. Join them.
Come
All
cuddle.
right.
Dog pile.
Alright, fine.
Hmm.
No longer blessed.
Hashtag not blessed.
Hashtag not blessed.
So you guys take a long rest. Each of you give me a con save.
Uh-oh. Do I have advantage at all?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Just asking for a friend. 13.
Oh.
You
So-
get sick in real life.
This is a
You dropped your mask.
so this is a con save that you'd have to make every hour you were in the swamp. But if by wearing the mask, you only have to make it every like 12 hours. So, during your long rest, this it starts to.
Am I in moonlight?
That's only for concentration to maintain your spells.
I know. I was just checking.
Not all Constitution
Not
saves.
mushroomitis.
So you guys wake up, and Valen and Xeta awaken feeling very bad. You feel bloated and like nauseous. You're not doing good.
I don't feel so good.
Did your
I think
mask
with-
slip off in the night?
No, it's not great.
I think with those symptoms, she may be pregnant.
Oh, guys, it's real bad.
Alright, we've got to move then. Let's get out of this place.
Let's carry. It'll help you along. We'll have him wrap his arm around me. We'll carry him.
I'll help Xeta.
Thank you.
Thanks,
All right.
thanks, pal.
So you guys are gonna try and travel back. You begin to travel, but it's slow going because Valen and Xeta, both of you feel weak and fatigued, and it's hard to walk without
is there
like
anything you can do
collapsing.
about this?
Is this a
Well-
disease?
Let me check. Is it a disease? I'll take 10 minutes and figure that out.
Oh, okay.
Detect poison.
Okay. So technically, you become infected with spores, but this is a condition that can be cured by lesser restoration.
Okay. Cool. Well, I will pop my 2 second level spells.
Ooh.
And,
There they go.
yeah, there they go. Goodbye.
All right, cool.
Good thing
Hopefully there's
3
no
people
more
didn't
snake-
fail.
snakes.
Yeah.
All right, so the 2 of you are cured.
Thanks, Xeta.
You're a lifesaver. Don't know what I'd do without you.
You'll
Yeah, now you don't
die.
have to carry me anymore.
Oh, good.
Hmm. And yeah, your trip through the swamp is pretty uneventful. You managed to make it back. I mean, it takes a good part of the day, like basically all morning and a little bit of the afternoon to make it back. But you do manage to retrace your steps, and you manage to get to the coast before you have to make another con save against this shit.
All
That's
right,
good.
cool.
That's good.
It takes less than 12 hours to get back. So.
On the way back, I just want to ask Valen, how did you like being invisible? I know it didn't last long. You kind of messed it up, but how'd that feel for you?
I mean, it was pretty freaking cool, man. That's a neat little trick you got there. You think you
Thanks.
could teach me how to do that?
I mean, sure, but I don't speak flute.
Right. Yeah. So, why did it end so quickly?
I don't know.
Oh,
I just had that idea pop into my head. Thought it'd be kind of cool. I don't know why it ended. I'll do some research.
interesting. All right. I can see that being really handy for our upcoming heist.
You mean to break the ghost out of prison, right?
That
Out of
and-
prison, ghost prison.
and also all the people at that prison on what you would call it, Ithra.
All right, I'll keep working on it. It'll be more potent by the next time.
Sounds good to me.
So you guys, you see Yolanda's hut coming up. Let's take a 5-minute break. Okay, so you guys have gotten back, and you can see Yolanda's hut. The lights are on. So
I'm also gonna, before we go in, I'm gonna check the boat, make sure the princess is still there and still okay.
boat seems good to go. When you find the princess, she's just like drawing, just bored. She's like, "Oh, are you guys done?"
Oh yes, we are. Just coming back to check on you, make sure you're all right. Also a question: how are you with the sword?
Not great. I'm okay with a bow.
Well, with the people coming after us, would you like to learn?
I mean, maybe later. I don't know if this is the time.
Of
Are
course,
you
not
guys
right now,
done on
but-
this island yet, or?
Not yet, but I mean, like during
Okay.
our downtime while we're at sea.
I mean, it seems like the kind of thing that would take a really long time to really
So we
get
may as well
much of a.
start soon.
Yeah, if you
We'll
guys
just
have a
start.
bow, that would be my preference. I mean,
We do.
if I have to defend myself,
All right. Well, we can see about it, getting you a bow.
Yeah. yeah, I don't know if I'm really ready to take up like an entirely new thing that I've never tried before, in the midst of all this that's going on. It's kind of a large undertaking, but I appreciate the offer.
Alright, we'll let you know when we're ready to leave.
Anything from anybody else?
I'm gonna head to the hut.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
All
wrap
right.
this up.
To the hut.
Cool.
Go see Jabba.
So I'm gonna go up and knock on the door. I don't want to barge in. I don't want to be rude.
Okay. All right. You knock on the door, and the door creaks open.
All right, I'll make my way inside.
Inside is your boy, Yolanda.
Yeah.
Yo, girl. Yo, Londa.
That boy.
Yo, Londa.
I mean, with the hood, we're kind of guessing based on the hands, I think.
Yeah.
Look at those elbows. That could be a man.
No, it's a she.
She's got some.
We thought that about Xeta, too.
She's got
To be
some
fair.
beefy forearms. How long has she been holding her arms?
She lifts, okay?
She looks like crazy.
She lifts that cauldron all day.
Anyway, I'm gonna walk in and I'm gonna be like, so we got the eye. We got an extra one just in case.
Wonderful. And you're still alive, all of you. Very surprising.
Glad you had faith in us.
It was close.
In truth, the Crimson King is the reason that I chose to live on this island. They're a source of a very important magical ingredient for my work. And they're very hard to find. So I appreciate it. It's
How
always
do you
a
normally? Sorry, go ahead.
well. I do my work when opportunity comes along.
Okay. So, how long is it gonna take to perform this ritual?
I can share my sight with you now if you'd like.
Sounds good to me. You guys ready?
Alright, let's make sure those
I'm
peepers
ready.
of yours are useful.
Let me see the eyes.
All right, I'll hand them both over.
Alright, she shoves each one into a bottle, like two large jars, and then just like puts them on the shelf, and then she begins to prepare the ritual that has nothing to do with the eyes.
Well played. I was gonna say, like, in before she says, alright, do you have the fangs that I asked for?
Yeah. So she starts putting all kinds of ingredients in there. The eyes were basically payment. And she's got a couple of them up there, actually. Like, once she puts them up on the shelf, you see that she now has a total of 5, including the 2 that you brought back. So she's collecting them for something. Probably from people like you who want answers. But yeah, she begins to stir the cauldron, and the water of the cauldron turns like a murky black, and fog begins to kind of pour out of it. And she looks up at the group, and let's see, she'll beckon Matt over first, or Argos. She'll be like, come up to the cauldron.
Okay, I'll like look hesitantly at the group, but kind of eagerly step my way up.
Alrighty. Now face into the cauldron, and breathe deep.
Ooh. Alright, I'll inhale the. I won't inhale, but I'll like waft the.
This man has handled chemicals before.
You start to feel lightheaded and dizzy, and your vision starts to black out.
Something in those are laced with something.
Clearly. So you're just like standing in darkness now, But after a short time, you find yourself standing in a cave. And an old friend is at the other end of the cavern.
Guy.
Crouching humanoid but not human skeleton.
Alright, I'll just kind of like try to take in my surroundings, and before I'm trying to move, I'll just try to call out to him. You're the messenger, right? Am I the messenger? How does this work?
Its mouth opens, and then it kind of rasps out, "You are awaited below." And then the floor opens up. Whoa. The entire floor of the cavern just peels open and you start falling.
Alright, I'll try to act cool, like I'm Superman landing.
Okay. Well, as you fall, you're just falling through like pitch darkness until far, far below you, you can see what looks like a green ocean that stretches out in all directions, and there are like cliffs and crags and torches and like strange architecture, and it looks like spiritual hands coming out of the green water here and there. There's fog, and you're just like basically falling from like hundreds of feet up, like falling towards this.
Wow. Where do I end up landing?
Well, you fall and you fall, and then just before you hit the surface of the water, you land on solid ground somewhere else entirely. You find yourself in a giant cavern, filled with fog, and the cavern is so large that you can't see the walls of it. The stone floor beneath you is all scratched up, like claw or teeth marks or something. And the walls of the cavern are so far away that it's just darkness in all directions around you.
Alright, I guess I'll try to like follow the scratches or something.
Okay.
Just try to look.
You hear movement somewhere behind you, like in the distance.
Okay, I'll turn to face, but I assume I can't see very well.
The movement starts to get louder, and it sounds like something very large is coming towards you.
Okay, I'm trying to run away.
Alright. Well, it sounds like it's catching up pretty fucking quickly. And then a giant humanoid shape with a strange skull-like head comes out of the darkness. It looks like that, but it's very large. It's at least 3 or 4 times your height. It's running on all fours, and there's a chain leading from its neck back like into the darkness behind it. And it comes to where it like gets very close to you, like maybe a few feet away from you, and then the chain pulls taut and basically like yanks at it so it can't go any further, and it stopped like just short of reaching you.
Yeah, I'm just like trying to take this creature in and just try to like memorize it.
Well, pretty much as soon as it reaches you, you're like kind of startled awake. Back in Yolanda's hut. From the perspective of your party, practically no time has passed. You basically inhaled the cauldron, and now you're like this is like 2 seconds later. So to everyone else, like you basically just walked up there and did that.
Okay. I guess I just like kind of stand there reeling for a minute, and then just try to like and look at her confused, like what was the purpose of that? What were you showing me?
I didn't see it, she says. I gave you the sight. What did you see?
I saw an old friend. Saw a green place with a lot of spectral hands, and saw some kind of large, bony figure running on all fours.
Valen's like, what the fuck?
Interesting. Well, I mean, you see what the site wants to show you. So,
Well, thank you, I suppose. I'll just like back away and like get out my book and start writing it down what I saw, like all the details I
Okay.
can remember before I forget them.
alrighty. She beckons. And we'll do theme. She beckons theme over.
Okay. The scene will step up, kind of swallow a little because she doesn't know what to expect from this.
Breathe in the smoke.
All right. Theme would lean forward and take a deep breath in.
All right. Just as with Argos, you sort of black out, and you awaken inside of a very nice looking room. It's got a desk and it's got a big window, and through the window you can see Avenai. This is in Avenai.
Oh boy. So, all right.
It looks like maybe a noble's office or something. Like it's a very, very nice room. So you've never been in this room yourself, but it's clearly like, pretty high class.
Theme will just kind of take a deep breath and just let out kind of a huff with a bit of a frown. Does this place look at all familiar, like the room itself, or just
It
in
it
general?
doesn't. No, you've never been here. But you hear a strange crackling noise by the desk, and
Okay,
you
go investigate.
you see a little bit of sparks and smoke pouring out of a point in the air above the desk, like out of nowhere, and then a crumpled sheet of parchment basically forms out of nothing and then lands on the desk, the edges of it like a little bit singed.
Okay, Theme would reach for that and try to uncrinkle it or uncrumple it to see what's on it.
Well, it does land face up, but your hand passes through it like you don't exist.
Okay, I'll still try to read it if possible.
Mm-hmm. You can. It simply says, and it's signed Deus Vault, which you think is Imperial. You don't know what it means in common. After
kind of sighs that like she kind of suspected as much.
After a moment, a noble enters the room, and when he sees the paper on his desk, he quickly checks his locks and checks his window because he's really confused how the fuck that got in there. And you don't recognize the noble right away, but he seems like maybe someone at the same level as your family was, like someone pretty high up the chain. And eventually he does just read it, and he just looks kind of confused at first, but then he can't dismiss it because it came out of nowhere. So he does take it with him on his way out the room, possibly to investigate whether it's worth looking into.
Okay, Theme just kind of frowning bitterly. It's like, this is where it all started.
Yeah. So then, as the noble leaves and shuts the door, when the door slams shut, you find yourself back in darkness again. And then the darkness peels away, and you're in another room. It seems to be in a fortress of some kind, or perhaps some kind of warship. The composition of the room implies that it's military. You can still see Galeen landscape out the window, but you're not sure what part of it you're looking at. In either case, this room appears to belong to some upper level member of the Imperial military, and there is a table that has lots of letters and pieces of parchment all over it, presumably having been sent there by Raven from all over, like different islands and stuff.
Okay. Seem to look at like sort of
give it like a glance.
Yeah, sort of look down at the desk, look at the different papers and whatever.
Well, it seems like the most recent one, like the most recently opened and read one, is let's see here. It's basically a letter from Ambassador Avapoulos congratulating his son Avapoulos on his promotion to admiral. And speak of the devil, the door opens, and the aforementioned Admiral Avapoulos enters the room. He looks kind of like this.
Okay, the team hasn't seen him before.
Yeah, and he enters the room with a few other like members of the military brass who are like lower on the rank, and they're actually talking to him as they enter. They're saying like, okay, everyone's been loaded onto the boat. It should be good to set sail in a couple days. They're all accounted for, and he says, "All right, leave me," and they leave.
And will like pass her hand through one of them just to.
Oh yeah, you
doubly
go
certain
right.
that she's not actually there.
So Avapoulos goes and he sits on his bed, and he starts to like leaf through a drawer. While he's doing that, you see a little bit of sparks and smoke start up over the table. He doesn't seem to take notice of it from where he is.
Seems noticing this and just sort of watching.
A crinkled piece of parchment appears out of the air and then lands on the table. And this one says, and then Admiral Avapoulos does finally notice there's something new on his table. And he doesn't think too much of it, assuming like it must have been delivered by a servant or something, but he does go and check it out. And when he reads it, he kind of furrows his brow. But then he sort of thinks for a moment, and then he opens the door and says to one of the guys, schedule a trip to the Coliseum tomorrow. And then
Team doesn't know who this Deus Bolt guy is, but she already doesn't like him.
So you wake up in Yolanda's hut.
Okay. All right. Team like sort of like rubs her forehead a little bit.
Okay. Well, that was interesting.
Did you see something?
Yes. Seems like somebody was conspiring against me and somehow sending messages around to people with through some magical means that ended up with me on that boat. Someone named Deus Volt. Don't know who it is, but I don't like him.
Don't think I've ever heard of that guy.
Do I recognize that at all?
Yeah, so knowing Imperial, Argos knows Deus Vult isn't a name. It's actually a phrase. Translated to common, this Imperial phrase means God wills it.
Mm.
Darn, now I don't even have a name to associate with my.
Seems like God is against you in this situation.
Yeah. I mean, you know that Deus is also used to refer to the one God that the Empire, but the
Oh.
term Deus Vult is the term Deus is even like rather general, right? Deus is just Imperial for God, so they use it to refer to their one God because what else would you call him? You know?
Allah.
I mean, that's just another language that means God. So yeah, so
So they basically
God will.
signed these letters Allahu Akbar.
God, yeah, Deus Vult doesn't necessarily refer to the Deus of Deusism so much as it's implicative that it does because it's
Which
like
literally means whatever higher power there may be.
that's exactly right. It just
Okay.
means like this is willed by the higher power. Yeah.
And Theme steps back from the cauldrons.
All right, I guess that's all I was meant to see.
All right. She will beckon Valen.
All right, I'll walk up to the cauldron and I'll say, ready?
Yep. Breathe in.
I breathe in deep.
All right. You hear the ocean. And as your vision clears, you find yourself standing. It feels like you're standing on the edge of a cliff or something. You're overlooking the ocean, and it's raining. The ocean is a little turbulent.
I'll kind of look around. Do I know where I'm at?
You don't recognize where you are. In fact, when you look around, you find that the cliff you're standing on is little more than that. It's almost like a rocky crag sticking out of the ocean. You have no idea how like anyone would get here, but around your feet are empty wine bottles, like dozens of them, and they're all like piled up behind you.
I guess somebody's been here a while.
In the distance, you see what looks like a very large Imperial ship. Like quite far away. And for some reason, the sight of this ship fills you with some emotions that might not necessarily be yours. You feel just very angry and just like fed up. And almost against your will, you take a step forward. And as your foot leaves the cliff, you feel it just kind of aloft in the air. And wind begins to build up around you as you move forward, pulling up like water and pulling the clouds in the sky into kind of a circle. And pretty soon you're the center of a quickly building typhoon as you approach the ship.
So this ship, does it look familiar? Have I been on that ship before?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
So when I look down, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
So when I look down, am I myself? Am I?
When you look down, you're dressed in rags, and you're kind of pale and malnourished, and it doesn't look like you.
Okay.
But yeah, you end up waking up after that.
Okay. I think I saw the person who sunk our ship.
Was it the girl in the corner? I knew all along it was.
When you
I
say you
don't
found the
think-
person that sunk our ship, Theme looks out the window to make sure our ship is still there.
It was the girl in the corner was.
No, I don't think so. I think I know who it was.
Who was it?
I think it was my dad.
Why would your dad have sunk our prison boat?
Very easily could have killed you. Or all of us, for that matter.
The Empire could have pretty easily killed me if I hadn't gotten free, so I'm not complaining.
Seems like a weird coincidence.
Yeah, the clothes he was wearing looked pretty familiar too. I gotta think about that.
You can join me over here in the thinking corner.
So, did the way he looked, the person who I was occupying the body of, seeing through, did it look anything like that Lazarus fellow that we met?
No.
No, nothing. Okay, nothing like that body. Okay.
No. Definitely not that person, yeah.
Okay.
All right, Yolanda beckons Xeta forward.
She's the pro at visions, so I'm sure she'll make sense of all of this.
I wouldn't call myself a pro. This is the first time I'll have a vision, I guess, on command. So, let's see what it wants to show me.
All right. Just she says just lean into the cauldron and breathe in.
Takes a nice deep breath.
Okay. Alrighty. So you breathe in the smoke, and then your vision does not go black, and you actually don't really feel different.
Like, was something supposed to happen? Like, he'll like look around, like, guys.
Yolanda quirks her brow a little bit, and she's like, huh. Do you already have some form of the gift?
Yes, I get visions occasionally.
You're
Well,
at your quota.
this may take a little bit more. Here, take my hands, and she puts her hands like over the cauldron, palms up.
He'll put his hands down on hers.
Okay. So she holds her hands, and she breathes in the smoke too, and begins to quietly hum with her eyes closed. And the smoke starts to kind of twirl around the two of you, and all the candles and torches in the hut go out. And then quite suddenly, Yolanda's eyes open and they're white, and her head kind of flings back. And when her voice comes out, it's not just her voice. It sounds like a lot of, like, hundreds of different voices kind of coming out of her mouth. He shall return! You are the key to his eternal prison! The skies of Archaeos shall blacken! The seas of Oranos shall run red with the blood of the gods! And both worlds shall know true despair beneath his dark power! The betrayer, the usurper, the god of nightmares, the ringed prince! And she starts to bleed from her eyes and mouth. The cauldron bubbles over and black fluid like floods the floor, and it smokes when it hits your shoes. And Yolanda collapses on the floor, like limp.
Seems halfway out the door already.
Yolanda should Kelly tries to shake her up, make sure she's okay.
You're incapable of awakening her right now. She's just lying in the black fluid, unresponsive.
I pull her out of the black fluid if I can, hold her up so that she's not just in this goo.
As you're holding her, you see a ring burn itself into her forehead, and her eyes shoot open, and she kind of grabs you by the neck and pulls you close, and she speaks with a male voice that isn't hers. Find me. And then just blood is pouring out of her mouth and eyes, and she goes completely limp in your hands.
I check for a pulse. Is she still alive?
She's dead.
Oh god.
What did you do?
Alright, there's what she had to say.
It's a good thing I went last, I guess.
That's what I was thinking. What on earth happened?
Guys.
For a seer, she didn't see that coming.
Yeah, I don't think any of us did.
So she's lying on her back on the floor with the ring burned into her forehead, and her eyes white, and just blood all over her face and chest.
This is way out of my realm to handle.
You're all touchy-feely with the gods. What do you know of the Ringed Prince?
The Ringed Prince? I don't know. Do I know anything about that? I don't think so.
Give me a religion check.
Can I try the religion all over too? I'm quite the proficient
I'm gonna
religion
slap
scholar.
myself real good though. I'm gonna give it a
Okay.
good old slap.
I got a 15. Oh,
That's history.
Oh, it's history. My bad. My bad. Here we go. There we go.
nice.
It's I thought I had that checked.
Okay, so you guys pretty much get the same thing, plus slap to whoever, so 17 either way. Well, I'll tell you what, you've never heard of the Ringed Prince. However, the Usurper, the Betrayer, and the God of Nightmares, some of his titles ring a bit of a bell. You believe that there was at one point a kind of a rumor going around that there was actually a civil war among the Theosian gods at one point, but it kind of got swept under the rug, and it's you don't know any details because any mortals who talked about it, it was kind of considered heresy to talk about it. This was way before your time though. This was way before you were born. But it was many decades ago. There was this rumor going around that the gods had, over the course of a year or so, there had been some kind of a civil war where one of the gods had tried to rise against Basilius and overthrow him. But unfortunately, because it was considered heresy to talk about it, it didn't really get recorded in a way that was helpful, anyone who wrote a book on it, the book was burned and they were killed, so there isn't much of a record of what actually happened.
Yikes.
But this seems to imply the God of Nightmares tells you that it's talking about a god, and then the Betrayer and the Usurper seems to imply that the Civil War did happen, that it wasn't a lie. It doesn't give you much to go on, but presumably this was at least a participant, if not the instigator.
And did we hear her last words about "come find me," or was that something that he heard? He heard
Only Xeta heard "come find me" in that male voice. Yeah.
Well, this looks suspicious, like we murdered her, so maybe we should get going?
That's probably a good idea. Let's get out of here.
Did you want to bury the body, or should we just leave her be in her hut?
Let's let her be with all her belongings.
Should we burn the hut down?
No,
Maybe.
let's just leave it.
That way it looks like she burned to death, rather than...
She might still be alive. I don't know. This might
Kind
just be
of a-
some magical fuckery.
Kind of a morbid scene to stumble upon here.
Well, good thing no one really comes to this side of the world. Except for the people that brought her those eyes. The next group's gonna be really disappointed.
Team's gonna go ahead and walk out.
All right.
I guess we'll just all shakily leave, I suppose. Or at least I do.
Yeah.
Do I see the symbol on the lady's forehead?
Oh yeah. You
Alright,
see
I'll
the-
try to memorize that as well. Write that down.
I mean,
Bless
it's
you.
literally just
Thank
like
you.
it's just like a circle. It's just like
Okay.
a, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Alrighty then. Well, next time someone offers you a vision, Xeta, I would say no. Maybe for health reasons.
You know, I already have my fill of visions, but thank you.
Unless you don't like them.
In which case... that was
Come
well,
across a seer that's all like cocky and
kind of an asshole. That's for a fortune tell. Have your eyes bursted.
Like, hey, can you help me have a vision? Here,
All
hold
right.
my hands.
As Xeta leaves, everyone's left the hut, and as Xeta leaves the hut last, for just like an instant, Xeta gets like a flash vision of the gold ring in the sky from like weeks and weeks ago. It's not like it's such a brief episode that it's almost like it's only like a second or two, but you get like a flash of that as you pass through the door to exit the hut.
Oh god. I guess I do now have a good reason to go back to Galeen.
Did you say something, Xeta? You okay?
Maybe. I might be okay, but
Do you need a hand? Valen like outstretches a hand to like, ready herself on or like brace herself on.
Seem on the
Yeah.
other
Or
hand.
himself.
Seem on the other hand is kind of keeping her distance from Xeta. Like, don't touch me.
I'm okay. I saw that ring in the sky now. This is all very spooky. I don't like it.
Alright, let's get out of here. Maybe the more distance we put between this place and us, the better you'll feel.
Yeah. Let's go.
Should we talk to the giant while we're here and drop it off some food until we can find a bigger boat? Or do we want to just head straight to the Hidden Isle?
So we head west. We're close.
We do have the rough area of where that.
Yeah.
that
You know roughly where it is. Yeah.
Okay. So we start heading that direction. We're close. Won't set us back too far.
Hopefully it speaks common.
It probably doesn't.
In the
It doesn't try
meantime,
to kill us.
in the off chance that he doesn't, Argos, best start working on your interpretive dance.
My interpretive dance skills are top notch already.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the flash that you get on your way out the door, Xeta.
Hmm.
Anywho, yeah. You guys are on the boat.
Alright, well that was something to think about on the ride. Let's I guess I'll direct us due somewhere the F west. I don't even know where I'm starting a course to, just that way.
We had the approximate markers.
General
you-
westerly direction.
You
General
got it.
that way direction.
Yeah, you got a bit of a marker, yeah. So roll me your navigator check.
Okay.
Navigating
comes.
man.
Here goes nothing. Bam, 11.
Wow.
I'm a little distracted. My heart's not in it.
And let's see the sailing.
General westerly direction.
You guys are all just lined up on the front deck.
All in a straight line.
Well, at the very least, let's put Valen back here.
I run
I work-
297 miles to get to the steering wheel.
Just quite getting bigger.
Xeta's gonna like go over here and like
Okay.
Ethan,
Run
see
to
you
her
later.
bedroom screaming. Ah!
All right. Well, cool. So you guys are sailing, looking for the giant place. It's gonna be a little while.
The giant place.
Yeah, I mean it's probably gonna take all day just to get over to that area of the ocean. So, if you guys want to want to talk about anything, you certainly have time. You got like 10 hours.
I imagine the princess is getting bored. We don't have a bow and arrow for her to practice with, though.
No, she's fine.
Okay, alright. We've got weaver's tools. She can weave something.
She's fine.
Princesses do that, right? Weave something out of her hair.
They used to be locked up in castles all day. They can figure it out.
So, Theme,
Yes.
you saw Avenai in your.
I didn't say that.
Well, you said you saw stuff that related to it, right?
No, I didn't actually. All I said was I actually said nothing about that. I just said there were notes being dropped that were conspired against me.
Conspired against you.
I didn't name any
So-
places or anything like that.
So, how are you conspired against in your notes?
Apparently somebody whoever wrote them apparently knew of things that hadn't happened yet. Because they were telling people where to be and when. And apparently caught me the first time that I used my magic.
Where was that at?
It was
In the Colosseum?
Yes. Somebody received a note that just said, "Be at the Colosseum tomorrow, and you'll see what you're looking for," something like that.
Do you know who received a note?
Some bald guy with a crown. I don't know his name.
Where do you know where he was?
Somewhere in I know somewhere in Galeen. It looked like a military outpost of some kind.
Interesting. How'd you get taken from the Colosseum anyway?
Well, we had just finished a tough battle. We'd fought a lion. Biggest lion I've ever seen, by the way. Head and shoulders taller than I am. And we barely made it out. Several people were down. I was the only one still on my feet, and managed to draw its attention while everybody else regrouped, and we made one last push on it. And then afterwards we were celebrating with wine, and the Imperials just came in and broke up the celebration and took me right there. Right in front of all my friends.
Just you?
Just me. This had happened before, though, like a couple years ago, when I was still new to the arena. Saw somebody else do something amazing. Don't know exactly what it was, I could just feel the same energy that I felt when I used mine. And then that evening, there was a celebration for him. And the Imperials took him, broke up the celebration. I think the Empire just doesn't like celebrations.
Or demigods?
It was an attempt at humor. Sorry.
Yeah, it was funny.
They just take us away. They didn't even the owner of the Ludus was demanding an explanation, and they didn't even give him the time of day.
What's the Ludus?
It's a gladiator training school.
Oh,
You had to go to school to be a gladiator?
That's what they call it. They call it a school, but it's just hell, really.
Hmm.
Sandy, sunny hell. But you get used to it.
sounds like the way you were taken was pretty similar to the way I was taken.
Just out of nowhere, no explanation.
Yep, just me, nobody else.
I'm not a fan of the Empire, I think it goes without saying. But they did take me away from the only people that were important to me. So that's my reason to want to go back. Is to get them out of there, if they're still alive.
Your friends at the arena?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've got some friends back home I need to help too. If they're still alive anyway.
We basically made a promise to each other that if any of us earned our freedom, we would earn it together. We'd all be free together. So I still have a promise to keep to them.
Well, you earned it somehow. I don't know if it was legitimately, but you know, you're free now. In a way.
I still have that hanging over me, though. I don't feel like it's complete unless I get them out as well.
Well, we gotta find a way back first.
Right?
Well, if we can break a bunch of nobles in a cave out of a mega fortress on an island we don't know, I'm sure we can bust out some hardened warriors out of our home turf.
Imperial's not very strong here in Ithra.
But they don't need to be when they've got the people making that hold for them.
I'm just saying, the Empire's got a lot stronger of a hold on Galeen than they do on Ithra. Might be a little tougher there.
A lot more authoritarian hold, at least. We do know that the Empire has a strong presence on Silurium.
Yeah, but at least the place we're trying to infiltrate's not on.
We have to go into the Death Star to find the plans.
All I'm saying is I wouldn't underestimate how difficult it's going to be to break our friends out of an Imperial compound on Galeen.
Yeah.
Right. Well, we have to find a way at some point, though. Can't just sail around free forever.
Nope. That's why we gotta earn some favor with these people. Maybe they'll be able to help us find a boat that we can actually use to get back.
Or the funds to do so.
Or just having their political support against the Empire might draw the Empire's attention long enough to take it away from Galeen for a bit.
Maybe.
The old diversion tactic.
Seemed like we drew pretty much the whole fleet over to Tella. Or maybe not us, but the old...
It was definitely us, I know. We're kind of a big deal.
I feel like if they lost Ithra, they will have lost a much bigger investment than if they lost Galeen. Galeen, what did we have to offer them? Their technology was better than ours.
We had a really cool mountain. Really cool mountain.
We had the coolest mountain.
Coolest
we had the
mountain
coolest
ever.
mountain.
It was alright.
We looted Mount Olympus itself. Like, nothing beats that.
That's where the gods come from.
They're right up there.
They're
So they
closest
say.
to the gods there.
The doormat, everything. Gods be here.
It wasn't the only one of its kind.
But it was the largest.
And as we know, larger is
In
better.
Galeen, there was one in Ithra as well.
Old Max said it was the biggest in the world.
He did. He said it was the tallest gateway, the closest to Oranos. Yeah, there are other gateways like Skyreach, but none of them are as tall as Mount Theos.
Okay, I missed that. Sorry.
No, it's cool.
I never really involved myself much with study of the gods.
Yeah, me neither. Tell me about it.
Basically, my life was like hold up her spear and shield, like this and this. That was what mattered.
Don't let Xeta hear you talking about not loving the gods.
Don't worry, she's closed up in her room, I think.
It's a he.
Or he. One day I'll get it.
It's like, I don't know if you noticed, Valen, but it's a he.
All I know is that someone put a lot of effort in trying to tell me I'm awaited, but they still have not told me where I'm going or how to get there.
Well, that's frustrating.
It said below. I assume it's Thanos. But
Thanatos. Thanos is the purple guy.
Thanos the purple
Purple
guy.
guy with a big
It has to be Thanos all along. Thanatos, but no one's told. I don't know how to get there, so until they give me a GPS coordinate, you're gonna have to keep waiting.
Are you really gonna go to Thanatos?
I thought that was the place we're trying to avoid going.
Only while we're dead. We might want to go while we're alive. I think what I meant was the Guardian.
The Guardian?
Yeah, of the people making sure that only the dead pass through, not the living. It's quite a massive beast.
Oh, you mean the thing that chased you in your vision that you said?
Mm-hmm.
Like when I tell people that I would go to hell and beyond for them, that's not quite what I had in mind.
I took that literal.
I didn't mean it very literally.
Yeah, I'm holding you to that. It's a blood pack.
I didn't see a shake on it.
I don't even recall ever saying it until just now. It was more of a, if I had said this.
You said it.
With my other friends.
Oh, well, you said it, so I'm keeping you locked in for that. But don't worry, I still don't have a destination.
Theme just kind of rolls her eyes.
Maybe if I learn to breathe underwater, I can just head down there and walk around for a while until I find a way in.
Until you get eaten by a sea monster.
True. That's right. That's when the other trick come into handy of being invisible.
The salt water's getting to me. I'm gonna go light my candle.
Go for it.
Too much time above deck.
I don't think we're heading west enough. Head more west.
Sorry, I'll adjust course.
Going a little southwest. We need to go more west.
He just lights her candle and just lays down in her bunk. Lights some incense and relaxes for a bit.
That's when I wish we had a spyglass.
Shit's not cheap.
We just need to steal one.
Maybe old Captain Light Brown Beard had one. Could have taken.
I mean, off brown beard. I mean, we looted a ship, and spyglass was not on the loot.
Maybe the next pirates we kill will have one or something.
Would it be off Blackbeard?
Off Blackbeard.
I mean, there's a lot of shades of black.
Salt and pepper beard.
Salt and pepper.
Zan, I don't know if you remember, but did I get hair care products in Olindo's?
You didn't.
I thought I did, but I didn't see it on my sheet, so I guess I did not.
I don't think you did. I think you might have intended to, but
I talked about it, but then totally forgot about it. Anyway,
Yikes.
it's on my list. Maybe in Ithra. I'm sure it's better there anyway.
How about that scene with Xeta, though? She creeped me the heck out.
he
Yep.
He creeped me the heck out.
Unless you're talking about the seer, in which case, yeah.
Oh, see, there you go. Everyone just creeped me out. He, she, them.
We need to find a way to get that curse reinstated.
I thought my vision was scary.
Gotta go find that ring.
I went to hell and it didn't make me wet myself as much as that.
Wait, you wet yourself?
I mean, now just the salt water. It splashed up on me a little bit.
Argos, are we almost there?
Again, I don't know where we're going. We're going west. We
Yeah,
hit
I mean,
that island.
Eventually,
we
we're
went
gonna
too
go
far.
too far west.
It's almost nightfall. You've kind of reached the area you think it might be, and you're literally just looking for it now. So give me
Hello?
some perception.
Hello, giants?
We're never gonna see anything.
Come back
Got
above deck.
any giants here?
Let's see some perception checks to look for the fucking.
We'll do the giant
going
smoke
to-
signal.
giant.
Need
I'm gonna
run
take a
search pattern.
torch. I'm gonna take a torch. I'm gonna hold it up. I'm gonna take a torch and I'm gonna hold it up and I'm gonna pass my hand in front of it a bunch of times.
Okay.
Try and signal.
Do a zigzag in this area for a little while.
Or we
Search
could just wait
pattern.
till morning.
See if
Yeah,
I can-
you can't really make anything out. You might have to wait till daylight. So
All right, throw the
We'll look
anchor.
for any fires or anything while it's dark, though.
you don't see anything like that. No.
Poor guy's probably so dead. It's been so long. We're just gonna find a dead body on an island somewhere.
No, he's giant. He's got a lot. He's got a lot of meat to go.
Probably needs more water than us than normal. You're like 80% of your body's water. Imagine how if you were like 3 times your size, how much
Maybe
water
giants can just drink salt water and be fine.
I'm sure they're the long descendants of saltwater sharks. Oh man.
All right. Does our anchor hit the bottom here?
It does not.
All right, guys.
Yeah, close enough. Not like we know where we're at anyway.
You want me to take in sail for the night, or are we sailing in?
Yeah, probably. Guys, make sure we don't run into any.
Got giant corpses floating in the water.
Alright, so you take in the sail. You're just kind of like drifting now. You won't drift far. I mean,
Maybe let the anchor dangle.
yeah.
It's
So if it
angled.
catches on something. Actually,
We
no,
can
no,
catch a
hang
sea
on.
monster.
No, yeah, I'm reeling that back in. Like, I don't want it to be like a fishing hook and the sea monster go, ooh, grab it and then start dragging us somewhere. Yeah, pull the
Oh.
anchor up.
That'd be pretty exciting. Thanks for taking the first
Alrighty.
watch. Good night.
Well, your long rest is uneventful. You rotate your watch, and you all have a nice long rest. And the next morning, sun shines on the boat, and it's a lovely day. Cloudless sky, blue skies. It's nice. It's a nice day. In fact, I'm gonna play some nice day music.
Ooh.
I love nice day music.
There we go.
All right, it's a nice day to find some giants.
All right, everyone. Eyes on the horizon. Nose to the grindstone.
Start
No,
that
nobody
zigzag
below
pattern.
deck. Everybody, keep your eyes peeled.
Head above water.
I guess Zeta's still locked in his room. Oh no, so Zeta's
Each-
coming out.
Each pick
Yeah.
a corner.
All right.
Eyes peeled.
What does
You know
Zeta have to say? He's been locked up for like 12 hours.
Thieme's gonna climb the mast.
That was scary. Let's not do that again.
Well, the person that knows how to do it is dead, so I think we're good there.
Avoid sears. Got it.
Yep.
You feeling okay, Zeta? You not dizzy anymore?
Nah, I'm doing okay. It just freaked me out.
Understandably. Somebody
sorry,
bled to
I'm-
death right
I'm
in
s-
front of you from their eyes.
Yeah. I'm starting to think whoever my godparent is, they're not a good person.
Uh-oh. Well, at least you've got godparents that you can have faith in.
What?
Yeah, you know, like your godparents, except they're already gods, so they're godparents.
Oh,
Okay.
they're like godparents, but they're actual gods. So, God.
Godparents. Okay.
Not like parents who's fairy godparents.
Seeing us climb the mast to try to get a better view.
Godparents.
What the fuck are you guys talking about?
Godparent.
Godparents.
You know, like a
Literal
godparent.
godparents.
I explained it already, like a godparent.
Like
but
my
it's
best
actually a
friend is
god.
the godparent of my kid, so like, and then
Okay.
it's an actual god, so it's a
Gotta
god.
make him an offer he can't refuse.
It's a godfather, not a godparent. Get with the programs, man. Jeez.
All right. Cool.
Did we find the island
Has
today or
anyone
what?
spotted the giant? Ice wheels.
Let's see perception checks all around. Give me them.
Let's see.
Whoa!
Team sees.
From being on top of the mast, I told you.
Theme
that
spots.
was a good day of perception check.
Theme spots. In the distance, some birds of prey, some like carry-on birds circling something.
Oh, it's the giant! Oh, giant!
He tried to swim. He was starving.
I told you! Are there even giant birds of prey? They're not even regular birds of prey.
No, they're regular. They're regular.
The giant ones have consumed the other lesser breed.
As you approach, you see a tiny island. It's like 30 feet across with a single palm tree in the center. And laying across the island from one end to the other is a 25-foot long corpse. Humanoid corpse.
Alright,
with
so
some
I'm gonna-
with some birds sitting on it, pecking at it.
I'm gonna sail as close to the island as I can without,
Mm-hmm.
running ashore.
Right.
I'm gonna drop the anchor.
Yeah, you can't get too close to it because it's a really small island, so it's like it slopes out a lot. You know, it's almost like a sandbar. So you end up being like 10 or 15 feet out from the shore.
Yeah, I'll just swim out there.
Next time we get a distress call, let's be a little bit quicker.
Be a little bit more hasty about it.
We had no way of knowing where it was. It took us forever to decode the damn thing.
Poor guy. Now go loot the body. What you can.
All right,
He's gonna
so
stay on the ship.
it smells pretty bad. When you get to the island, it smells like a 25-foot tall, rotting corpse. Definitely a giant. Look, there's a pile of. He's got like a backpack on. There's a bunch of giant parchment all over the place. And ink and quill pen, and it looks like he's got like a really big version of the thing Argos uses to navigate. He might have been some kind of an explorer because a lot of the pages he has are sketches of map of like sea maps.
Yeah, let's grab those. You're not gonna need these anymore, right? As he kind of shuffles through his backpack and stuff.
The corpse does not respond.
Sorry we didn't make it here sooner.
Yeah,
Could you
I
make-
mean he's mega dead, so.
Oh, imagine if I had animate dead.
Do we tell how long he's been dead for?
Not well. You can do a medicine check, yeah.
I'm not there. I'm still on the ship.
Valen doesn't really care at this point. What's dead is dead.
Been dead 5 minutes.
Long enough to get eaten by birds.
If we were only 5 minutes, if only we skipped breakfast, he might still be alive. Oh, will you mark I guess I'll mark a day erection on my sheet. It's definitely been a day since I marked it.
I marked one off for Demactus, but
Yeah,
they
I
normally come out of cargo for the sailing.
I
so-
did. When you
Okay.
sailed, I took it out of cargo, but yeah, Demactus, you
Well,
lost
yeah.
one.
We're not harvesting this thing for meat.
No, thank you.
I want its body though. How awesome is that?
So does it have anything else in its backpack other than like the maps and sketches and stuff?
Yeah, I'll hook you up in a sec.
Oh,
Sick,
okay.
bro.
Cool. It's a bummer we couldn't save the guy, but
Well, at least we got some stuff out of it. Giant stuff.
I'm trying to think of a good pun, of a giant pun on Dora the Explorer, but I haven't thought of one yet.
I might be able to add these
You
trucks
got
to the
to.
ones that I've been making.
He probably spoke Spanish. He was teaching all of the giant children how to speak Spanish.
Team is keeping an eye out on like the waves, see if it spots any sails or anything.
What's the Spanish word for boots?
Botas?
Where's Botas?
What do we do to poor Zan's campaign?
This is what we do in our downtime, alright?
We just make a mockery of it.
When we wait for loot, we make horrible jokes.
Yep. That's right. Zan wouldn't have it in the
Yeah, it's fine.
Well, at least we don't have to go to the giant island right now.
Yeah, what do we know about
One step
Mo-
off our
I'm
list.
sort of glad this thing's dead because if it was alive, there's nothing we could do for it.
I
we could
mean,
have just given it some water and let it chill for a bit till we got
he could have
another
like
big-
laid down or sat on our boat.
30 feet long.
25.
Okay, 25.
Is Malaysia the giant island? Or at least what we think is the giant
Yeah,
island?
I think so.
Okay. Could you imagine, maybe it was like the world's shittest explorer, like he set sail,
This is as far as he made it.
ran ashore on the one island and died. Imagine if Columbus like hit the rock of Gibraltar and just
We
died.
see any signs of another shipwreck, do we?
No.
Maybe he just swam here.
You swam from Malaysia?
Ran out of food and got really tired.
No. It's not a great plan. At that point, they were just sorting out the giant gene pool. They're less intelligent.
Alrighty, so the maps are not, the islands are not labeled on his sea charts. And what writing there is in the margins is in fucking giant. So you can't read it
I can read that.
with a spell.
It's a ritual.
There you go. With a ritual, you discover that his horrible shorthand is barely legible, but it seems to mainly talk about what he ate at different places.
Ooh, kind of a food critic. He's like the Gordon Ramsay of giants.
Connoisseur.
Alright, there we go.
Wow.
Oh!
Wow.
These are the islands he explored.
He was a much better explorer than we gave him credit for.
Yeah.
For real, holy shit.
Dora nailed it.
Well, I'm gonna have my work cut out for me updating my own chart.
Yep. Yeah, and I'm basically assuming that you do, so the world map has been,
I mean, over time, like, not all in
Yeah.
one sitting. I mean, look at this.
I know, but your world map, if you go into your folder, it's been, the Archaeos map's been updated. So there's the chunk you can see now of the world.
Look at that, we're up to almost 10% of the map.
Oh, when you zoom in though, it looks like we've got like. I mean, if you're just looking at the giant charts handout, we got like 90% of the world explored. Wow. Alrighty then. Still waiting for a map that says portal to the underworld here. And it's got a little arrow. That would be nice.
Well, to the hidden isle next.
Sounds like a plan to me.
How?
We are staying away from Nuri, right?
Prefer to.
Yeah, I don't feel like dying to snake ladies.
Alright.
The last reptilian lady tried to sing me to death.
But what a way to go.
But before we
What
talk
a
about
voice on that one, huh?
Alright, so what else the other stuff he has, and all this is giant, is, what is that navigating thing you have? Oh, whatever, I'll just put navigator's tools.
the astrolabe,
Yeah.
If he has like 10 rations. Like,
Giant astrolabe.
Now, he doesn't have any rations. He died of dehydration or starvation.
we might have run out of water before we ran out of food.
I have a philosophical question for you people.
Us people
Probably over your head, but I'll ask it anyway.
listening.
As we continue to grow in our understanding of how this world works when it comes to magic, it might be possible that either Xeta or I become so in tune with it that maybe we have some control over it. So possibly if I die, I can visit the underworld and then get brought back. And I've said I've been there and kind of get some info.
Is this player or character dialogue?
This is just character spitballing.
If you want to kill yourself, I mean, be my guest.
I mean, I would want
Sounds like a
some
bad
kind of
idea to
game.
me.
Yeah, I could go. I'm not talking about tomorrow, but you know, if it's a year from now, we still haven't found what we're looking for, and if I had a complete understanding of how to bring someone back and could teach it to Xeta, or Xeta understood, I don't know. It might be worth a try.
I mean, have you heard of something like that before?
No, not really.
I feel like once someone dies, they're dead.
It's just a thought. I'm gonna work on it.
We could bring you back as an undead. The Empire seems to have a firm grasp on that.
Yeah, not quite. You can't. The world can't live without this charming personality.
Mm-hmm.
Just something to think about. All right, giant explorer's outfit. Does the giant explorer's outfit come with a hat?
Oh,
No.
God.
Oh, bummer. I'm guessing the water skin's empty.
Yep.
Giant sword. That's awesome though. Stats of a great sword. Does anyone want a great sword?
We can take it. If nothing else, we can sell it for something.
I'm kind of tired of weapon
Or
selling.
if I
I
decide to
didn't
take on a two-handed weapon.
do a good job of weapon
For
selling
now,
this
I'll
time.
dump it in cargo.
Giant explorer's outfit. Can you navigate even better with a bigger astrolabe?
No,
No.
it's harder to use. Like I normally set it on a table, now if I set it on a ship, it doesn't like line up at all. It's
I'm
horrible.
wondering how he got here in the first place. Did he have a ship? Or something?
Maybe Dora had a mutiny.
Did he get marooned?
I'm
Yeah.
sticking with the thought that he swam here.
He had a bunch of parchments and ink with him, so it would have just gotten wet and ruined.
They were in that bottle.
He
and
just
then
had the one bottle, right? Like,
Yeah,
there's
he
no
took
other
them out of the
bottle.
bottle and then was
No, I don't
put
think
one
they
in
all
there
would have
and
fit.
sent
Would
us a
all of those
message.
parchments he had fit in one bottle? Oh, they would have?
Yep.
Oh.
I'm actually imagining he's been dead for a while because we encountered that message a long way away from where he was. So it would have taken a while for the
A long
current
time
carrier
ago,
to
too.
Yeah. So there's probably nothing we could have done for him, so I don't feel guilty.
We tried our best, kind of.
Alright, real talk, crewman. I think I remember right, and Princess, correct me if I'm wrong. As soon as we go to the hidden aisle and grab the package, we're going to be prime target. Basically, that's going to start. That's the mission of the video game where it says, "Are you sure you want to continue?" There's no going back. You say,
What's a
Okay.
video game?
and so from there, we're like, it's a go. It would be a lot of heat on us. Do we want to
Beelining it
try
that
the
way?
prison? Oh wait, we need to do the prison break after we rescue the queen, right?
Yeah.
Right.
They're going
So-
to infiltrate the city and
Lay
blend in
low
for a
until
little
we come
while
with the
until we
army.
return with like 100 nobles
Noble miners,
without killing anybody.
not a single soul. Right. So, is there any
If the
like?
lady in the tower waited for hundreds of years, she can wait a little longer.
So, we could go and try to rescue our friend.
I'm not sailing down to Tella
We're not going
just
back
to
to
sail
Tella.
all the way back up here.
Let's go to the.
We can
tower.
rescue the fucking dead lady when we're done.
If she's dead, maybe she knows where the portal to hell is. All right, and then we get tied over there, and it's like 100,000.
Look, let it go. Like, we don't care about this.
And then we can jump in the ocean. All right.
We're not going to hell anytime soon.
Why can't we? I just want to go to hell.
Sorting of. I can help with that.
What if I've been such a good person?
Yeah, just hold still.
What if I've been such a good person that I'll go to heaven? Maybe I need to be an eviler person.
Argos, if you just dive into the water and swim down as long as you can, you'll get there one way or another.
So heaven and hell are not concepts in this universe. It's just Thanatos.
The dead go to one place.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what you fucking did.
I've been such an angel my whole life. It's only up. Going straight up the mountain.
You've been such a good person, the gods decide to let you in.
Pluck me up there, yep.
Handpicked to join them in their.
I think for a sorting of priorities, we should go to the Hidden Isle next and take care
All
of
right.
We have made her wait for fucking weeks while we fucked around with other shit.
Alright, I was just offering ideas. I gotta feel like I have the opportunity to communicate my thoughts here, alright?
Not to mention the princess that has been very patient, waiting for us to finish this.
She owes us.
Does she?
Yes. We rescued her. We saved her
No,
life.
old Max rescued her. She was there by herself.
We cured her poison.
No.
The only thing she owes, I don't know about you guys, she owes me for was forcing me to take her place for a little while.
I
even if she
rescued
didn't
her
mean to.
bedroll. That's her bedroll down there, thanks to me. Irreplaceable. It was her favorite one. I mean, I still have her handkerchief. But...
I mean, it smells a little funny now, but sure.
Okay, even if she doesn't owe us anything right now, she will once we're done with this.
Yeah, 2,000 gold.
So let's get it done.
Wait, what's 2,000 gold?
She's giving us 2,000 gold once we free the miners.
Oh.
I didn't hear a number.
I don't remember that.
Yep, she said she had set aside 2,000 gold with which to hire mercenaries to break the nobles out.
Forgot about
Well, that's us.
Yep.
Happened to all up here, Dell. Going down the drain. Almost like
Missed
Mr. Bookworm
that
saved the day. She would have been like, alright, thank you for your help, and just left. And didn't pay us, because none of us remembered that we owed her money. She's like, see you later!
Somebody's taking notes.
Thank you!
Alright.
Alright, Hidden Isle.
All
We'll be
who
hunted by
want to
the
go to the
enemy.
Hidden Isle, say aye. Aye. That enthusiasm.
The sad, sick, tired
I
eyes.
suppose if we have to.
Those mushrooms hit you harder than you could imagine. Poor
Gwen,
thing.
Gwen, do you need to go to bed?
Aww.
You look really sick.
It's because I am.
Aww.
Okay. Well, it seems like you guys are going to the Hidden Isle. Let's, oh my god, we literally just took a break, didn't we?
I mean, she needs it to
Like an hour
top off
ago.
the NyQuil.
We took a break
Give me,
an hour
yeah,
ago, so-
give me just give me, well, when did you take your stuff, Gwen? 4?
4.
So, in half an hour, you can take your stuff again.
Yeah.
Here, give us a sec, guys. Let's, yeah. Okay, let's check this out. Titty fucking Christ, that's a bit of a drive.
We have the rations for that.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
bought 100 before we left Olendos.
Yeah.
Okay, alright.
You got the better sales.
Yeah, we're going quick.
And our plan after we're done there, are we going to book it straight back to Ithra, or are we going to go to Olendos? and
We're
use that
back
as
to
a-
Ithra.
Okay.
Yeah,
You
probably straight back to Ithra.
You expect it's gonna take you a day and a half to get to the Hidden Isle.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Alright, sounds good.
Alright, setting sail, and Theme's gonna drop the sails.
Alright, navigator and sailing checks to see if that number is modified in any way.
Pretty good.
Bam!
Oh, pretty fucking good!
Yeah, so you'll actually get there a little sooner even.
Yeah. Now that I know where we're going, and not just generally that way.
I mean, we kind of have a generally that way idea.
At least it's marked on a map. It's not just a squiggle. It's a coma lady scribbled on the sand. You catch a current that runs between Demactus and Nuri.
Oh, you know about currents over there?
Yeah, it's marked on my super map. Currents. Go really super fast in the spot.
All right, so about here in your journey, it's daytime. You guys are hanging out on the ship, and you see something under the water. It's a large shadow beneath the water, about twice the size of your ship,
Ooh.
and it seems to be approaching your ship.
Uh-oh.
All right, someone drop some rations in there. Give it some tribute. Maybe it'll go away.
It's twice as big as the ship. We don't have nearly enough to sate it.
Isn't chum in the water used to attract creatures? Not
Yeah, maybe
scare
it'll
them
attract
away?
some other fish it can eat.
Like, see if I can let out the sail any more to, like, is it in front of us or behind us?
It's in front. You're gonna
Okay.
cross paths with it.
Do we want to try to adjust and go around, maybe?
Let's try to negotiate with it.
I think maybe adjust our course slightly to try to just go around it rather than meet it head on.
How deep does it look?
It looks pretty deep.
Okay, and it's coming directly at us, like it's moving toward us.
I mean, it looks like its course will cross with yours, but it's not necessarily coming right at you.
It's
All
not
right, so
behind it like the
I give the
snake.
wheel a harsh spin to the right.
Okay,
Well
yeah.
done. Like I say, we just try to avoid crossing its path.
So it ends up passing behind you, and as it passes, the whole boat lurches a little bit,
Wow.
and the shadow continues off, going another direction. Doesn't really seem to give a shit about you. For now.
Well, that's good.
Continuing on, holy shit.
Okay.
I wasn't
Glad we
worried.
didn't have to worry with that. No big deal. That was great. I'm not scared or anything.
Maybe it's a good thing we're such a small ship.
All right, Argos, get me back on track.
You got some water on your pants, Valen. I think when I lurched, it splashed your pants.
It splashed up, yeah.
Splashed the crotch region there, yeah.
Just the crotch region, too.
Yep,
It's
it's
a
oddly
direct
specific. Same thing happened to me. It happened.
shot. Can you get me back on course? I kind of...
Yeah. Just lurch the same amount back left.
So I give it a harsh turn to the left now.
Unlurch. Yeah. Alright.
You're really good.
Well, you're back on course. And soon, something begins to come up in the distance that looks promising. Looks like it might be what you're looking for. Let me see here.
Somebody go let the princess know we're getting close.
I'll do it. Team
Yep.
will head down and
Yeah, she'll come up. She'll come up on the deck.
well, we're almost there.
All right, here we go. Here's what the hidden isle looks like. It's pretty fucking small. Again, like you've got a person for scale. So, for an island, I mean it's bigger than the fucking giant island. It's like maybe a less than a couple 100 feet across. But yeah. You're coming up on it.
Yeah, I'll sail up to the most accessible looking part of the island, I suppose.
Oh, yeah.
I'll drop
More of
the
a
anchor.
beachfront rather than like a cliff.
Yeah, you'll have to do a little bit of swimming, but yeah,
We're
you
gonna need to
kind
get
of
a-
drop anchor
We're gonna
nearby.
need to get a rowboat.
Yeah, we need to take a boat and get a boat that can go ashore.
Yeah, we really do. Add that to the list.
A whaling boat.
Nope.
So, is this it?
Yeah, the island looks totally deserted, but it's smack right where you were told to go. Like it's perfectly in the right place on the map. You don't see any other islands like anywhere near this, so it's really the only candidate. But there's
Gotta be it.
no sign of human life here.
Princess, are you coming or are you gonna wait on the boat?
I'd like to come with you.
All right, lead the way.
You're really gonna make
stay
her lead
close.
the way?
I'll stay close to the princess.
Sniff your mom out.
Do you have any idea what might be here?
No, I don't know. I don't know what to expect at all.
All right. Well, look for signs. Maybe only you or your mom would know. Might help mark a secret passage or something.
All right.
Maybe some kind of bedtime riddle that didn't mean much at the time, but now it seems to really click in your head. Something like that.
Looks like a bunch of rocks.
That it does.
Did you and your mother ever have like a symbol you used to communicate with each other or anything like that?
Not really. No.
All right, let's just explore. I think we should
Let's give it a
go to
look.
the big rock. We'll
Stand
find
outside
something.
looking.
Maybe there's a cave or something we can find.
So as you approach the two very large rock formations in the middle, you see that buried in like the crevice between them, like that little valley where it's not in sight of the ocean from any direction, there is like the sign of a campfire, and there's even like a little bit of a wooden shack built there. But you could never see this from the sea. You have to like disembark and walk around to find it.
Okay, let's try to investigate the shack.
Okay. How many people are gonna check the shack out?
Team will.
I'll go.
Go on.
Okay.
Alright, well, I'm not gonna be left alone, so.
Alright, give me some investigates.
Oh, there's no one in there. It's just wide open.
Hey,
Mm,
Argos, have a good slap to help you along with that.
Yeah, my investigation rolls are. The thing is, it's like one of my highest skills. I always seem to roll trash. Got a 12. Maybe you should have slapped yourself.
So the shack is surprisingly empty. There's no door on it, and you don't find any furniture, any kind of like bedroll or anything in it at all. And the floor actually sounds like wood. Like it's kind of covered in a bit of sand, but it sounds like it actually has a wooden floor. And as you're investigating, all of a sudden, the floor opens and drops the party into a 15-foot deep pit that's just been dug out underneath the shack.
Well,
There's nothing at the bottom of it. It's just sand. So you all land harmlessly in the sand, but you're in a hole now.
Is the princess with us?
No, the princess was waiting outside. But
where am
No.
I?
now that you're in the hole, you hear a voice up at the top of it, and it's an older woman kind of gasps, and it's like, it's you. And then she sort of sticks her head out, like into the shack, like over the hole, looking down in. And the older woman is like, "Sorry about that.
It's fine.
Could have warned
Can't-
us.
Can't be too careful." So there she is. That's what she looks like.
I
Queen
take it
Talia,
that
I
you are the
presume?
queen.
She kind of disappears for a sec and comes back with a rope and throws a rope down.
Thank you.
Team will try to climb it.
I presume you were helping my daughter find me.
That's correct.
Is the daughter nearby at least?
Yeah, Antea's standing right next to her.
Oh.
You heard the reunion from in the pit.
Okay.
You heard Talia like gasp, and they like hugged and shit, and then she looked in the pit and was like, "My bad."
They hugged you.
Okay.
What?
Like Antea is the reason that she said "my bad," instead of rolling a boulder into it or something. Like, so, yeah. Once she helps you guys out, she goes and like sits next to the fire and like lights a fire. And Antea sits by her. And Antea just kind of catches her up on what's been going on and like who you guys are, as far as she knows. Like,
Theme will let Antea do
yeah.
talking because this is her plan, her mission,
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah, so they talk for a while by the fire, and eventually Talia says, "Oh, well, it's nice to meet you. Thank you for helping my daughter so much."
Not a problem.
No. Happy to do it.
So, are you friends of Maximus?
Mm. More so acquaintances,
Kind
I
of.
suppose.
We knew him for about a week.
And they took him?
Yes,
Yeah.
they did.
That's too bad. We go way back. Well, in any case, I appreciate your help. Antea said that you'd be willing to continue to assist us.
That's correct. We're no friends of the Empire. Any blow we can deal to them, we're happy to do so.
That's wonderful. I had been waiting for Maximus to make the first move, but it seems that you're his move. So I suppose we'll go through with this.
Just tell us what to do.
It's gotten late though. I think we should probably spend the night here. The waters surrounding this island can be dangerous to sail at night.
Is that what the big thing was? Kind of like
There are-
motion, like under the water.
There are a few creatures in this region of the ocean that deter explorers, which is one of the reasons that they chose it for my hiding place.
Who's they?
The ones who helped me escape, Ithera. The organization to which Maximus was once a member.
Does it have a name?
They're the Resistance. They belong to no one island or country or kingdom or nation. It's an unaffiliated association of quiet individuals working in the shadow of the Empire to dismantle it. I don't know much about the details of their organization. They're very secretive, but they were willing to help me get out of Ithera, and it was their recommendation that I remain here. I was essentially instructed to wait, and that Maximus would... Well, they didn't exactly tell me what he was going to do, but that we would take action against the Empire in time if I was patient.
What other islands is this resistance part of?
I don't know. I just know that they hail from far beyond the Ithran Sea.
Is there like a leader or anything like that?
Absolutely.
Could we get in touch with him? Or
I wouldn't know. But if rumors to be believed, the leader of the Resistance hails from Oranos and is a true-born god. One who didn't leave.
Goodness.
Might be nice to find him.
That would be.
I don't know anything about him or her, unfortunately.
Well, one thing at a time. Princess has a plan to set in motion once we get back to Mithra.
She filled me in, and I think it has a good chance of working. But I should warn you that Earthbreak is going to be quite dangerous. You do have an advantage. The fortress was built to defend against attacks from sea. It was designed to protect our mines from a neighboring island. So, at its core, it is not designed to deal with invaders coming from the mainland. Many of its defenses will be outright useless against you.
It's good to know.
Good.
Is there anything else you can tell us about that place we can use to our advantage?
Well, these deep mines where they're keeping those who supported me, they exist beneath the ordinary mines. There is a pulley operated elevator that will take you down there, but it was dismantled when the deep mines were shut down. During my reign, we shut them down because they were too dangerous. There just wasn't enough oxygen, and it was just too deep, and a lot of the mines were unstable, and there were cave-ins, so we shut down all our operations down there. If they've opened them back up and put people to work, then they may have rebuilt the service elevator, or if not, they must have devised some other method to get people down there and to get the iron out.
Do you know of any entrances to the mine that, might not be so well known? Be kept hidden or something?
Well, you can avoid most of the fortress entirely. The entrance to the mines is beneath one of the structures that make up the fortress. And if you're coming at it from the mainland, that structure will actually be on the side that you're approaching. It's a square building on the left. But if you go in there, that goes straight into the mines. If you were attacking it from sea, you'd have to fight your way through the entire fortress to get to that building. But coming at it from the mainland, you can pretty much skip everything else and just go straight in there. Not to say that that structure isn't a part of the fortress. I mean, it will be heavily guarded, but you only need to deal with that one building, essentially.
And it's guarded by Ithran soldiers?
I haven't been there in 3 years. I wouldn't know. And for all I know, they built new defenses, so you'll need to be careful.
We'll have to scope it out first.
Hmm.
Especially if we want to not hurt any Ithrans.
It would be preferable, but we are at war. And sometimes sacrifices must be made for the greater good. I won't hold it against you if things come to blows.
Good to know.
Well, we can try to take them down non-lethally. It'll be more difficult, but we can try.
I would appreciate that.
So say we infiltrate and get into the mines. What do we do with 100 people? 100 prisoners once we get them out? Like, just march them across the land to the city again?
Well, it isn't a matter of simply sneaking in. You'll obviously need to clear a path from the outside of the fortress to the mine in order to get the prisoners out, either by incapacitating or redirecting guards. disabling defenses and traps. Once you get them out of the fortress, then yeah, just take them straight to the capital. A great deal of the Ithran mainland is just open farmland. Common folk aren't going to bother you. They won't recognize what's going on. They won't care.
Seems like a plan. Will you need assistance getting into the city?
No. I have a contact there.
Alright, so we could just drop you off somewhere outside the city and then make our way to the mines directly from there. Where's a good place to dock our boat? Not in one of the main ports. They'll be looking for our boat.
Mm-hmm.
Ship.
My recommendation would be to dock it somewhere in the center of the mainland. There are a lot of coastal caverns and cliffs along that part of the island on the right end. If you dock in there, you could probably hide your ship out of sight. We'd have to swim or take a rowboat to the shore.
We don't have a rowboat. I guess we're swimming.
Theme kind of cringes, but nods.
Sounds like a plan, I guess. Rather dangerous one, but do what we can. Made it this far.
And it begins to get quite dark out. So,
Would you like to sleep on our ship? I'm sure the bunks would be more comfortable than whatever you'd be sleeping on here.
sure, that sounds nice. Though for now, I'd like to stay up a little bit longer and tend the fire. I've spent near about 3 years on this island, so I'll admit I might be nostalgic. I'm anxious to get back to my kingdom and my people, but I could see the appeal to being a recluse. It's very peaceful. I've had a lot of time alone with my thoughts. It's given me perspective.
Have any great epiphanies?
A few.
I will take the time you need and meet us at our ship, I guess.
Why don't you stay and have some dinner?
I was going to stay and keep watch just in case. Yes, the invitation is well received.
She goes and gets a spear that's got a bunch of fish on it, and starts to kind of like cook them over the fire on the spear. And it looks like a handmade spear, like with a rock and a stick and some reeds.
Someone who can use a spear. Theme respects that.
Well, to fish.
Yeah, I know.
Very different.
Not to kill a lion.
Yeah. Antea unrolls her bedroll and like in a crevice near like one of the bigger rocks and lays down to sleep.
I guess we're sleeping here then.
Talia stays up.
Team will stay up as well then. Probably go get my bedroll from the ship then. If Antea's gonna be sleeping there, then I mean I don't want to split people up and have like split guards in case something goes wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I'll get my bedroll and I'll lay it out over here as well.
Land of the stars, I suppose.
If you have any questions for me, this would be a good opportunity.
Well, what are your intentions as far as the Empire once this is all over?
I'll need to be political. I can't exactly be aggressive with them in my tactics once I have power, but it is my intention to reform many of the changes they've made to my kingdom. And in time, I would like to earn our independence legally without warfare, but I imagine that would be quite difficult. I'll need to be patient and careful.
What's your intention for the new queen?
I don't plan to take action against her. She can go home to Solarion.
She sent assassins after your daughter.
I'm aware that she's done a lot of bad things. But what's important is the big picture. Politically, I can't order the execution of the daughter of the king of Solarion, regardless of what she's done. I know it. I mean, I'm not happy about it, but in much the same way as I have prepared myself for the possibility that you may have to take the lives of some of my good soldiers at Earthbreak in order to retake this kingdom, I'm also emotionally prepared to let Liana walk in order to avoid catastrophic political consequences.
What if she were to be set free but not necessarily make it home? Okay.
Talia just kind of laughs. It's like, so you're my assassins? Is that how this is gonna work?
I didn't say anything about that.
I think it would be quite suspicious if she didn't make it home. I wouldn't have anything to do with that for sure.
I don't like her, but if you say she lives, then very well.
All I
If the
care
death
about
of her
is
was
my.
going to bring you trouble, I'm not going to go out of my way to change that.
All I
feel
care
like you
about
won't
is
have
my
heard the
kingdom.
last- I don't think you will have heard the last of her.
I don't. I don't really care about a dog with no fangs. I mean, she'll be all bark after this, and I'm not going to let my guard down again.
How did you escape anyway?
We saw the marks. We fought the people that did it. They were quite formidable.
That wasn't me in the room.
It was like
I-
a double?
I'd been gone for a while. We were aware that Solarion was taking action against us. The Resistance had contacted me at least a week before the assassination took place.
So who was there? Just some woman?
Yeah. A member of the Resistance who died protecting me.
Wow.
Well, at least they're dedicated.
Yes.
Not to me. Be careful if you ever do come into contact with these people or work with them. I have a lot of respect for what they've done on my behalf, but I also am wise enough to recognize that to them, I and my entire kingdom and all of its people are only a means to an end.
Let's see.
They seek the downfall of the Empire by any means necessary, and from having worked with them as briefly as I have, having had so little contact with their agents, I know that, or at least I suspect that they would be willing to do some pretty bad things in the interest of achieving their goal.
Understood.
Good to know. Thank you.
It's one of the reasons that Maximus kind of stopped working with them for a while. I feel that the only reason he agreed to cooperate with this was on my behalf, because we've been friends for so long. But you don't want to hear an old woman tell stories.
I don't mind listening.
Nah, you don't want to hear me ramble about my life.
Sounds like you don't want to talk about it.
I can respect that.
Well, Maximus was born and raised in Ithera. He was the son of a royal guard, and I, a princess. We were childhood friends. Things changed with him when someone visited Ithera.
Changed how?
Maximus got swept up in someone else's dream. This boy was named Eus, and like me, he was heir to the throne of a, well, not even heir. He held the throne of a massive nation. From what I gathered, much larger than Ithera. He was essentially king of a conglomerate of nations that made up an archipelago known as Sanguis. He visited Ithera on a whim. He had been traveling the sea, taking note of the largest kingdoms near his own, meeting with kings and queens and creating trade routes and ties and relationships and charting the ocean. And when Eus visited Ithra, he was young. He was surprisingly young for his position of power. At the time, we couldn't have known that it was a lie. But he was charming in a way that was difficult to describe. There was just a magnetism to him, and when he spoke, you couldn't help but listen. And he had such ambition and such drive that it was easy to get swept up in it and just want to support him. Maximus traveled with Eus back to Sanguis. And when he returned, he was different. He wouldn't stop talking about what a wonderful place it was, and he wanted to spread that wonder and beauty, and he wanted everyone to have what they had. He wanted to spread the ideals and the majesty of Sanguis throughout the ocean. He'd found a cause to fight for, and he was very passionate about it. And at the time, I didn't see the harm. Maximus and Eus grew to be very close. And when the Sanguis Archipelago put together all of its ships and created an armada with which to begin to spread their ideals he was made the Empire's first fleet admiral. His title was Maximus of the Million, because it was said that at least that many soldiers stood upon the deck of his armada. Over time, it was shortened to Maximilian, although many called him the Raven. He had a familiar who would often precede his approach. His Raven would scout out an island before his ships arrived. Maximus was responsible for conquering a lot of territory for the Empire before he started to escape from Eos's dream, to see the flaw in those ideals, to stop looking up to him as the charismatic, benevolent leader that, to be honest, we both thought he was at the time. It wasn't easy for him to leave. And when he did, he just fell in with the resistance, who, in their own way, were almost just as bad. Eventually, he got fed up with all of it and exiled himself. And he was safe until he came forward to help me. He was in the Ithran Sea in order to aid with this operation and to try to help me in my kingdom, because we were childhood friends. Doing that put him in danger, and I have no doubt that if he hadn't returned to the Ithran Sea for me, then he wouldn't have been caught. I don't know what Eos is going to do with him. I'd say that they go way back, but the reality is that although to us, we thought we met Eos when we were all quite young, at that time, if the stories are to be believed, Eos was already over a century old when we met him.
So what changed? What caused Max not to want to be a part of the Empire anymore?
I don't know. I wasn't with him. In fact, for many decades, I didn't see him, not once. While he was working with the Empire, he didn't visit. It wasn't until he fell out with them that I saw him again. Even then, he kept his distance. He didn't want to draw unwanted attention to me or my kingdom. And he never told me why.
Maybe one day we'll find him.
All I know is that it's hard to imagine that Eos is an evil man, even now. He has strong convictions and ideals, and he has a dream that he's pursuing. And the consequences of him pursuing this dream are far-reaching. And many of those consequences are horrible. But having met him and spoke with him, and seeing how happy Maximus was working with him all those decades ago when they were young, or when Maximus was young, maybe it's just because of who he is or how he is, but it's hard for me to imagine him as a bad person, despite everything that's happened as a result of his decisions.
If he came to you today to talk to you, what would you say to him?
I don't really know. I'd probably ask him if he understands the ramifications of what this empire he's created has done to the sea. I don't know. I feel like if he knew what was happening out there, he wouldn't let it happen. But maybe I'm still just swept up in his charisma and I can't see him for what he is.
Seems hard to believe that he doesn't know what he's doing.
It really is difficult to disagree with him, though. I guess my only advice for dealing with the Emperor is I don't think you ever want to be in a room with him. Words can't describe the weight of his presence. When he speaks, you can't help but listen. And it's just it's hard to describe. You want to be on his side. And it's so that feeling is so strong that it stays with me even now, even after everything that's happened. After it's been over 50 years since he visited Ithra the first time, and I still feel the weight of that one encounter with him.
And yet you still rejected joining the Empire.
I did. Because I saw what it was and what it was becoming. I understood logically that what Eos had created was evil. But on an emotional level, I still cannot bring myself to see him for what he is. Be careful. I don't know. I don't know what he is.
Seems
Or
like a
what-
dangerous person.
or what he's capable of, but you need to be very careful around him.
Understood.
Well, thanks for telling us all that. It's good to know. Even if it's just the life of an old lady.
I hope Maximus is alright.
So do we.
Do you have any questions for us? I mean, you've answered so many of ours.
I wonder why he would have taken such an interest in you. Why he would have entrusted you with something so important to him personally.
I don't know. The only connection any of us seemed to have to him was my father.
Who was that?
Well, from what he told me, it was one of the gods. Animos?
Your demigods.
Yeah,
This
Yeah.
one.
that's the case.
That's pretty rare, especially for 4 of them to be together.
We sort of escaped from the Empire together. The Empire brought us together.
Well, that might be it. I mean, I know he was a demigod. His mother was one of the Fates. Onymos I've heard before, though. I've heard that name.
Really?
I don't know if he still is, but I feel as though he may have been involved with the Resistance at some point. That might be how he knows Maximus.
A god was part of the resistance?
The gods have always been against the Empire. Part of Eos's platform was the introduction of Deus and the eradication of Theosian religion, worship of the gods we knew.
Right. We recently heard about a civil war between the gods. Do you know anything about that?
If there was, it would have been before my time. That's before really any of this started happening, I imagine. I don't know much about that. I've heard a similar rumor, but that's ancient history. I mean, it's like generations ago.
So
Before-
unrelated to the
Yeah,
rise of Deus.
yeah. Before any of this, that's before any of this started happening with the Empire.
Okay. I just wasn't sure if it was related by chance.
No. No, if this Deus is real, I don't know who or what that would be. I suppose it could be just one of the gods, but it could be something else. Or it could be nothing.
Like made up?
It's possible.
I mean, what could be strong enough to push all the gods away if it was just made up?
I have no idea why the gods left, but it's possible that the Empire or Eos or Deus are why they left. But I really can't say, because it could have been something else entirely. I just don't know.